Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Homer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail. What are you eating? Well, look, we're having a snack anyway. We're going to go into the Dewlight Pavilion to look for clues. I didn't expect us to go here, but it's Wealth and Acheron's amazing journey now. But then again, like, I think that's like one of the strengths of a game like this is having so many different characters come together on different journeys, different encounters. But I'm super interested to see where the rest of this mystery is going, because they seem to be like doing a really fantastic job, to me anyway, of like, oh my god, wait. So we don't even have to do the puzzle. Like, that's crazy. Aventurine really was being tested. Like, look at this. We're right here.
Something feels off. A grand mansion like this and not a butler or servant in sight. Could it be due to the disruption caused by the emergency?
Possibly, but I do want to say, just to finish my thought, I do think it's fantastic when they put all these different types of characters together. I think they're doing a very fantastic job of like drip feeding this mystery, and it's like all like, it's slowly making sense, and I love the way it's all dovetailing. I really do. I love it.
This door is open. Looks like we'll have to investigate ourselves. Let's proceed with caution.
The fact that like it's like
just one moment.
Just one moment? I was gonna say the fact that it's an Acheron and Wealth journey is crazy. Acheron draws her blade slightly within the moment her breath became imperceptible.
Light.
Bated
I've made
breath.
myself less noticeable.
Wow.
The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but I can't come up with any excuses
Very smart.
for being here.
Very smart. This is probably why like she's been able to go around a lot of these places then a lot, right? And why she's like been like, even with like the stuff with like the Everflame Mansion. Not saying like the people of the Everflame Mansion were like this like big, powerful, gigantic group or whatever, but I think they were sold as that, and that's how they sold Acheron as being like really powerful as well. But it would make sense like why she's been able to like go on this journey for quite a while, and you know, not get caught. It's like, look at this skill, making yourself less noticeable.
I see. What an interesting technique.
Yeah, I look at Wealth shaky with his voice because she's constantly full of mystery. Every 2 seconds there's something else we find out about her. You know what I mean? I would not be surprised if like in 2 minutes she like, you know, turns herself into like a cardboard box. You know what I mean? It is like, wow, what a hiding technique. I would not be surprised. Acheron's technique. During the exploration, using Acheron's technique to hit normal enemies will instantly defeat them. What? Okay, so it's a technique that can just destroy enemies without even fighting them. That's interesting. This one here. So just press...
Stream forth.
What the hell? Wait, did you see her there? Did you see her? What the hell? She became like a ghost of herself. What the hell is happening?
The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
Maybe the heads of the family used that model for discussing important matters.
I'm now remembering the lovely journey of Dr. Ratio and Aventurine, how happy I was. I was so happy. Yeah, she like became like a...
Footprints here are different from the rest.
Oh?
There are 2 sets of them. Looks like outsiders might have passed through here not long ago.
Yeah. Aventurine and Dr.
Can you identify
Ratio.
the people who left these footprints?
Wait, is there like... Do they have like designer shoes tailored for them? Because look at the spade and the shoes.
Well, there's a unique pattern here. Flamboyant, even. And judging by the size, I'd say these were men's shoes.
So, Aventurine.
If I'm right, it could be the IPC ambassador, Aventurine.
He's like, oh, like the flamboyant shoes must belong to a really pretty person.
Aventurine. What about the other set?
Ratio.
It looks like they were walking side by side as opposed to one behind the other. So the second individual is likely equal in status.
Oh, wow, Welt. Wow. That's honestly a good, like, assertion, though, right?
The IPC is eager to reclaim Penacony, so their presence here is
Yeah.
not unexpected.
That's a really, like, good, like a good assumption to make, right? About, like, someone walking side by side with someone. Like, you know, inferring their status, I suppose. Very, very interesting. So we can just literally, like look at she's becoming like a ghost. This is a crazy ability. This is a crazy ability. Yeah, she like gets like this white hair technique going on here. It's almost like she shifts into like a different world or something. She is one of the coolest character designs. Like, I absolutely adore her. Like, her hair is stunning. The fact that like we literally just like do, like look at that. Like, to me that's insane. Is this like is this a thing that she can actually do if you like get her on the banner? Because then that would mean that like you could just go through the game and like in a way quicker fashion than you would ever expect, right? You feared a faint sound emanating from somewhere resembling a chirping of a bird or figment of your subconsciousness. You glance downward as you expect and nothing is there. After all, real birds do not exist in the dreamscape. Okay, are they saying that we can't see them as well? Remember the times Dr. Ratio stood here and eventually looked up at the giant handsome man. Oh, it's here, sorry. What a time we had. As we go on, we remember. I would do anything to go back to that singular moment of them just hanging out with each other, honestly. So this enemy is not a normal
There
enemy.
aren't any people in this mansion. They've set up quite a few mimetic guards to patrol this place.
Okay. All the times we
This is where it is.
had together. Okay, look at her stance. She's so freaking cool. Wait, what? Look at this. We have a blast right
In
away.
the still waters of oblivion, I guide the
Oh
wandering
my
soul.
freaking! She gathers her own
Allow me
like
to see
spirit
you
up or
all.
something. Wait,
Sampo Koski always
what is
takes
that?
care
Do
of
we have her
me.
ability already?
Departed.
What is this? What is that? Oh, what? What is this? What are you doing?
Dusk's reign.
Who is she?
It too shall fall.
What is that? It's getting harder and
Try
harder
this
to
on
like,
for size.
I guess, prove your innocence here, my gal.
Ooh.
She seems like a natural killer, if we're being honest.
You got it.
That was insane.
Eternal sleep is not the dead will return.
That was insane.
I could take you one arm only. Don't get caught
So,
now.
here's the thing. I love Luca, and he's so good for our
Come
usual
here of your
team.
own volition?
We're once again just
Or was
gonna have
it
to
fate?
transition from Luca to Kafka again. Not because like it's desperately needed. We have like Akron here being absolutely crazy, but it's one of those situations where like it just benefits our team more. And it's like it's really sad because I love Luca, but like you get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying as Honkai players. Luca benefits more being off the team right now than he would on the team. It's almost like a detriment to him and me to have him on the team right now, whereas he will benefit us later when Kafka's back as like the leader of the team and,
We've hardly
we're
any
back to the
time
usual
left to
four.
say, where are you going?
She's very cool.
Pity you chose the wrong enemy.
Especially since we're doing like these DOTs, you know, these dots.
Familiar.
It just makes sense.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I
Akron's
charge
very
extra.
cool. Good damage.
On the still waters of oblivion.
Let's settle this.
But of course, our most powerful attacker, Locha, winning in the end.
Look, it dropped something.
A note. Looks like instructions from the butler for the other servants.
Oh, really?
It seems like the mansion's entire workforce were assigned other tasks before Robin's death.
Wait, what?
It must have been a big project to require that much manpower. The Charmony Festival, perhaps.
So I guess okay, yeah, they all would have to like that happens usually in any business, right? The diversion of power. You will change people's jobs sometimes before like a big event. Like, you know, if you're used to like stacking the shelves, someone might be like, hey, can you actually like, you know, unload the Christmas stock or whatever, you know what I mean? That kind of way. But I wonder if like this is like contributed to the idea of how like Robin died, if like there wasn't as much people around to like look out for her.
But no matter what their main priorities are, there should always be someone left at the mansion, right?
That adds credence to the idea that there's like someone inside the mansion who is not on the up and up, right?
So you're saying
Yeah.
Someone deliberately cleared the place out.
So this is what the idea they had, right? The idea of a traitor.
Yeah, but I don't know why.
It empties out the whole place. Robin doesn't have as much people looking out for her. I think it's like again, you could say like, well, it makes sense. Again, it does 100%. It does 100% make sense. The idea of how do I say it? Like coming up to a festival of diversion. But as Acheron said, there should always be like someone like there, even if like you're in a store. You know, if you need people to like lordly trash can. What are you talking about, lordly trash can? Young members of the family these days don't seem to know a thing about manners. Hey, that trainee server out there, what's the appropriate thing to do when you're giving directions to a guest? I'm not a server. What? Don't the servers nowadays even know the rules? Maybe it's time to fire some of them. So it's like a what the? Just kicked me out of nowhere? I was gonna say, but we'll talk about it in a second here, because this is probably what I forgot to change the calculator, but it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Nothing major.
Just for oblivion.
I'll see you off. Eternal.
That was so funny. I wasn't expecting it whatsoever.
I weep for the departed.
This is such a cool move, and you can like transition from enemy to enemy, depending on who needs it.
Rain, it too shall fall.
So freaking cool. It's so cool. But again, with the enemy like this, if you had Kafka here, it's going even smoother, but...
Abyss flower, bloom.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
That which
Scrape,
is
she
seized
says.
must be repaid.
Where's the applause? Let's see some sparks fly!
On the still waters of oblivion.
I love that move, like the gathering of all the different enemies around them then as well.
More business, eh?
See, it's the break damage that we're looking for here.
Free will.
Yeah, that's what we need. I passed the trial. I wasn't looking for a trial. You hit me in the face. But yeah, like I was gonna say, like yeah, it makes perfect sense what they're saying, because like, you know, like you'd have to have someone around. You'd have to. But they didn't. Like leaving an entire like place like with that the family owns unattended is like pretty crazy if you think about it. This is a crazy move. Like it's almost like taking the life out of them, and we get the items from them anyway. Like it's pretty freaking crazy. This is the area over here. But I don't think we need to go here, right? Yeah, we already got like a lot of the rewards from this area. So I don't think it would make sense to like come back here. Yeah, not at all. There's a chest down there though. Yeah, let's get this chest and then that's what we'll do. Yeah. And we'll just come back around then. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't see that chest from before.
Your friends in on the
Nice little redo on that as well. Yeah, I love the mystery of Penacony. It's like one of my favorite things that they've done so far is like, you know, continue forward with this mystery and, like, as I said, drip feed us all like this different information. And even just like now, we know that they have the suspicion, and we have this, we're on the side of that suspicion too, where everyone has a suspicion that there's someone within the family that is like, you know, a poison that is causing a lot of havoc here. And that does add to it, the fact that they were all cleared out right before Robin's death at that exact moment, and you could use the Harmony Festival as a charity festival as a way to like excuse that, right? This is where Adventure was betrayed.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too.
So it can cover our people. Okay, interesting. So first of all, I saw a chest over here, but let's still get some information here as well. This is so interesting. It's so strange that we're just allowed, like, we're just here. Like, and Sunday doesn't know? A letter from Robin. Oh my god. Dear brother, how are you going these days? I intended to visit you at the Do-Light Pavilion as soon as possible upon my return. But with the approaching Charity Festival and your busy schedule, I refrain from troubling you. Whoa. However, an urgent matter compels me to share something with you immediately. I bet he wishes that, like... I know it's a hard thing to say and a very awful thing to say, but, like... I bet after reading this now, you'd be like, I wish she could bother me some more. Since my return to Penacony, I've experienced a peculiar change in my voice. At first, I thought it was caused by exhaustion or illness, but after consulting with a doctor, they assured me of my perfect health and dismissed my concerns. That's always annoying and awful and upsetting. However, my voice has worsened over time, and even I experienced periods of complete voice loss. So this is what they were talking about, the idea of like the mute stuff as well, and like the it started off as them just talking about like, oh, maybe her voice is tired, but like more and more it's been a part of like the bigger story. In order to find answers, I conduct many private investigations using my idle time out of rehearsals. Of course, you can use whatever time you want. Eventually, I did realize that the harmony in Penacony is not pure. A discord lurking within has tainted my voice of harmony, which I believe to be the root cause of my vocal issues. Wait, so like she had this idea that like the actual thing that they follow, the thing that they worship, the thing that they all like have this, they all in the words of Acheron herself, the thing that they all like have like a synergetic relationship with is actually not pure. I immediately realized that such levels of interference can only occur if either a powerful external force is pulling the strings, or if a senior member of the family is involved. There we go. Unfortunately, further investigations led me to a latter conclusion. So she believes that someone in the family is involved in this. Someone is interfering with the harmony. Wow. This is extremely alarming. So even she thought this. This is an extremely alarming discovery. A traitor has emerged within the family of Penacony, and it's highly likely that this person is one of our 4 family heads. I trust you implicitly, dear brother, because of our promise. With the Charmony Festival on the horizon, I fear this person tends to impede its progress or even use the festival for some ulterior motive. At any rate, I suggest you monitor the other family's heads while prioritizing your own safety. You're the only true family member I have left, so the only true family member. This is crazy because like we know that a lot of characters have been like feeling this way, right? That there is like a traitor amongst the family. But to have someone like Robin say this as well, as someone who is like, the most famous member of the family, but also like someone who's directly tied to Sunday as well. Like this adds even more credence to it as well. And she's like within the family as well to an extent. So, and also she doesn't have an ulterior motive to take down the family, it seems like, from what we know. So it's like one of those things that like it adds way more weight to it, right? So there is like someone in the family, according to Robin, who is disrupting the harmony. There's another matter that requires our attention. During our investigation, I learned about the memory zone mean death. And my further inquiries led me to believe that the culprit directed it to cause this series of incidents is likely aforementioned traitor in the family. So there we go. I've collected more clues and I'm prepared to verify my hypothesis. Rest assured, you can just focus on the preparations of the Charmony Festival. Once I've thoroughly investigated death, I'll come meet you, and immediately it won't take long. So she learned does memory zone mean death. So obviously I think this is probably when she started, like, I'm guessing what I'm ascertaining here for this, what I think it happened, is that someone caught on to the idea that she was starting to realize some stuff and probably got rid of her. Right? Or at least like it was like they were planning to do it already, and then it happened here, and like it benefited them to get rid of her, because she's realizing a lot of stuff here, like about the memory zone mean, about the traitor within the family, the disruption of the harmony. Like she's saying it so directly as well in this letter. Given your heavy workload, please take care of yourself. Don't stay in the dreamscape all the time. Spend some time in reality when you are free. I brought some more specialties from other galaxies. Giamoto pudding, tarts from Merlin's, wild strawberry from Akayanko, known for their exceptional size and sweetness, which I'm certain you'll enjoy, and almond meringue cream crackles from Medicia. Don't forget to enjoy them. May, Shippe be with us. Your sister Robin. Crazy. Yeah. She knew a lot here, or at least like found out a lot. Which showcases as well that she was like way more of an active person in Penacony. Because I think like, it's very easy to see her as like what she's advertised as, which is like, the kind of like face of Penacony. She's like the big famous, face, like everything's okay. It's Robin. She's singing, but in reality, like she 100% like realized something was wrong. And it's also like very good like writing that like she realized something was wrong, because one of the disruptors of Penacony would be her not being able to sing. It is like, it makes the Charmony Festival like in a lot of ways like have way less bite. And it's her thing. It's like what she's known for. So at that point she tried to find this out, and it's like, okay, if I'm not sick, I need to find some answers to this. And then she find out it's the idea that it's the harmony. The harmony is not pure. There's a disruption from the
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived
within the family,
Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us. I remember hearing something unusual in her voice, and now it seems I was right.
it's one of those things that this definitely lines up, I think, with the investigations that other people have been having, but like it's even like, a lot more direct in some ways, like, talking about the memories, memes, death, and the loss of the voice, the disruption of the harmony, the traitor within the family. I mean, the reason why like we can only like right now, again, things can change. They always can change in terms of like, what's going to happen to the story because, it's a mystery. But like as we are right now, we can only just say that this is like, in line in a lot of ways with what Acheron has felt, with what Adventurine has felt, with what Gallagher has felt, is what everyone is feeling. There is something within the family that is rotten. And yeah, it seems like Sunday was on that, Robin was on that same train as well.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered
Which is
with
crazy,
somehow.
by the way.
But as far as I know, there aren't many entities capable of interfering with the power of paths.
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must hold a high
Yeah.
position and possess unimaginable strength.
That would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching
And the
train.
frustration that Sunday has felt as well. Like, obviously, like, it's one of those things that Sunday's having a problem finding, obviously, the killer, obviously, you could say on the baseline, because it's like, they're very hidden within the family, almost maybe hidden in plain sight. But if they have so much power that even, like, Sunday can't catch them, and not only that, but, like, so much power that they can disrupt an Aeon's path. That's wild. That's something we haven't even heard of in in Honkai yet. To be able to do this. Let's check it out.
This light cone
Oh wow.
is securely guarded. It must hold some
Wait,
important
are they like,
memories.
it's like little Sunday, little Robin. Look at little Robin. Is she like singing and he's like clapping along for her?
According to Robin's interview, despite having performed on so many grand stages,
All the little toys.
her favorite performance was a pretend show she put on with her brother
Aw.
when they were just kids.
That is very sweet. That is very sweet. And it's like one of those things where it's a very normal thing, right? Like I think a lot of people have like done it in the past where like you make like TV shows or music shows with your siblings or your friends when you're younger. And it's like obviously like a very happy memory for Robin.
I wonder how their relationship is now.
From the letter, it seems like he's working a lot, and she is someone who is maybe they don't see each other as much as they would like. Maybe a lot of it is like based upon like the perception and business of Penacony. But they clearly have a love for each other. I saw that passion in Sunday's eyes where he was so frustrated when like Sparkle was even like nearly making fun of her. So I think there is a love there. I just think that maybe like there's also a frustration from Sunday now. I think maybe there's a frustration where it's like, just from the letter itself, I know we're reading into like every piece of text, but like Sunday did say like, like I don't want to bother you basically along those lines. Or sorry, Robin said this. So I wonder if there is like an aspect of that where it's like maybe they didn't see each other as much. Maybe they're too busy working and sometimes too.
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
Interesting phrasing.
Yeah, time is a way of smoothing things out. The beautiful dreams of youth will eventually fade away.
Yeah, really. Like we're going on only into like the investigation of what Sunday felt and what what Robin felt. We're also going into like the idea of like the relationship. Oh wow, list of death victims. What? What the hell? What the hell? This is more than just a few. That's more than just a few. I'm not saying wait, how much the text is. I'm saying like I didn't realize that this many people died. Anserol, a male Holovian, was dragged into the sea by an unknown meme while sunbathing on the beach in the moment of oasis. Subsequent search and rescue operation proved unsuccessful. Note this was in the first case. Can't tell if anything is wrong. Insufficient evidence. So they have no evidence of that anything is wrong here. So they got dragged into the ocean. Again, they're having a great time, dragged to the ocean. Muri, a male from the Xian Show, entered into a spheroid in the golden hour and mysteriously disappeared while the spheroid was bouncing in the air. Later examination showed no signs of forced entry or on the spheroid. It seems the culprit can ignore physical barriers, conventional investigation methods feasible. So they're saying like, can we even like, if they're able to get past like physical barriers like the meme can, assumedly, right? We saw them like, just appear out of thin air before. Can we just like do something dust from fingerprints? I don't think so. Emika, a female human, participated in a talent show in the moment of Scorchan, but accidentally fell on the stage before the judges turned around and disappeared. And in the shadows below, the footage for that episode of the show has been deleted. What the hell? The culprit is swift and skilled at disguises. Caution of skilled and swift at disguises? They want to be... It sounds like here they're like demons. They're magic beyond compare. But I guess like it's all different cases, but they're related to one thing. That's why they're talking like this. Like, so it's what happened here is like multiple people died in one moment here. Weber, a male Papeshi, fell down when entering his office on payday in the Gilded Hour and was killed by an unknown meme that suddenly appeared. The memories of witnesses that have been possessed. Preferring to attack wounded or vulnerable. Wait, maybe taking orders from someone else. So, a girl who fell down on the stage, someone who fell as they're walking into their office, someone who's in a spheroid not expecting this stuff, and someone who's like on the beach relaxing. Like all of them had like one thing in common is that like they were probably like, you know, in a state that like you're not gonna be on the defensive, I guess. Maybe. Shemet, a male Papeshi, was taken away by flipping over a card at the casino the moment of the SARS. The casino staff has dealt with the aftermath of the incident. Flipping a card, interesting. So, wait, there are all these notes here that are very, like, yeah, it's like maybe they're just trying to figure stuff out. Decim, a male human, jumped into the ocean of a dream bubble in the blue hour in an attempt to impress his girlfriend, okay, but got entangled by an unknown meme under the sea and drowned. His girlfriend's memories have been possessed, but the outcomes are not satisfactory. Further intervention from motivators may be necessary. No, most cases relate to the ocean. Could this be a breakthrough? Like, it's something to do with the actual ocean itself? But look at this, after that scratch, only 2, yeah. So that's like a really interesting thing with the notes here, because they're not going to be, the notes are clearly not going to be like, the notes aren't going to be like truthful things. They're just them trying to figure stuff out, which I actually think is like even more interesting than just writing truthful things here as well. But it seems like here, like they you know, if they're saying they possessed the witnesses and the memories and all this stuff, then what they're doing is like changing their brain waves. And we know the power to do that is in Penacony, right? That's pretty dark. But I guess that's what Penacony is. It's like keeping up to the appearance. So yeah, I love that. I don't love it because it's terrifying, but I love the way they're like flipping a card. Interesting. All this stuff isn't like actually like maybe related to actually what's happening, but they're just trying to like make sense of anything, it seems. Calixia, a female Foxian, was engulfed by an unknown meme while playing dreamy slots in the golden hour. The incident caused a huge commotion at the spot. The memories of most witnesses have been possessed. Could this be the Sweet Dream Troupe? Does it have the ability to imitate and learn? Multiple culprits? There is likely a mastermind behind the scenes. Again, possessed memories. Kambega, a male bloodhound, was attacked by an unknown meme before his shift change in the moment of serenity, resulting in his death after a fight. The security measures have been enhanced in the prison area. No notable details in this case. Need to ask the Bloodhound family to strengthen their defenses in the prison on other faculties. So instead of like, you know, the root cause, we're trying to like protect things on the ground level, which doesn't really work because like obviously like they're not able to stop the root cause. Janet, a female human, disappeared while visiting the film history gallery at the museum in the moment of Sol. She was drawn towards a mysterious sound calling to her and walked into a screen, vanishing without a trace. The side's been cornered off. What the hell? That's some like Nightmare on Elm Street stuff. This is the only case where the culprit demonstrated speech ability. Further verification is required. So wait, that's interesting as well, right? That like, if it is a meme, they were able to like, you know, call her by doing like some creepy like voice. Monk, a male Intellatron was attacked while replacing his newly purchased high-grade vision sensor in the auction at the moment of dusk. Vision sensor? Noteworthy. Are these noteworthy? Annette, a female Papeshi, vanished while touching up her makeup in the bathroom before graduation. Oh, that sucks. Ceremony at the Paperfold University in Moment of Soul. She was caught by a meme, dragged into the mirror, and disappeared. These are brutal ways to die. This is witnessed by the teacher at the scene. So did you process the teacher's memories as well? Mirror, noteworthy. Current process is related to sight. So maybe they're... Wait. But not all of them are related to the idea of sight, though, right? So I think they're still trying to, like, figure stuff out, right? Right? Chloe, a female Intellatron, was attacked by a meme and disappeared when she blew out the candles during her birthday celebration with her friends in Blue Hour. All witnesses are currently receiving treatment from motivators. I bet they are. More attacks occur in dark or dim environments. Is sight really a trigger? But there was one on the beach. I think I don't know. Carissa, a female Halovian, was harassed by a fervent fan backstage before her performance in the moment of the score stand, and was subsequently abducted by a meme during her escape. The Bloodhound family has apprehended the fan. Abducted? Keep a lookout for this fervent fan. Dorian, a male human, took a nap before the end of his shift at the moment of daybreak without telling his managers and was abducted by an unknown meme hiding under his chair. That's terrifying. Emergency intervention was provided and production at the factory was resumed as usual. Taking a nap, plus considered discussing with the Alfalfa family about increased vacation time and additional breaks for worker. I love that they're like, hey, we should do, these guys need a break. Marlowe, a male human, disappeared after being involved in a car accident in the Golden Hour. Witnesses report the presence of an eerie meme who fled the underground at the scene of the accident. Notice it's a genuine case of death. The meme must be connected to concepts such as death and murder. So that's what they're relating the meme to. This list comprises over 100 cases related to the memory zone meme. Death, however, in the author of the list seems to struggle with figuring out the pattern. 100%. But that means that like even like Gallagher doesn't know the extent of what's happening here, right? Because while they are dealing with death, like I wouldn't say that like because remember we were talking about how like it is kind of like small, so the family don't like call attention to it. More than 100 cases of death, whether it be spiritual or actual death. That's a big problem, especially in a place that is not populated, like, that is populated by people that are trying to escape their pain, you know? This again, if I handed this to Aventuri, this could be a big thing for him to take down that veil, you know?
The information about Robin, Firefly, and the other victims. I don't see any commonalities in them.
Yeah, I tried, but it was very clear that they were like showcasing that they didn't have any commonalities.
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be targeting random victims. And based on Sunday's notes, he's no stranger to death.
He's just surprised that it has resurfaced.
Yeah, it sounds like a very like how do I say, very like analytical, I guess, in a way. What is this? To Sunday, I've been informed that about Robin. I would like to express my deepest condolences. Someone died after Robin as well. However, I must remind you that you now hold the position of not only her elder brother, but also the head of the Oak family. Your every action has implications all over all of Penacony. As Penacony is going through a critical period, it is crucial that you do not allow your hatred to cloud your judgment. And be cautious not to engage in activities that others can use against you as leverage. So basically, like, you know, keep up appearances once again. I heard that you are planning to dedicate a significant amount of time and resources to find death. Such action does not serve the best interest of the family. F off. And I strongly advise you reconsider to avoid potential impeachments from other family heads. This is like crazy. The idea, and again, that is Penacony. Penacony's idea of like keeping the perception alive so much is that you can't even find out how your sister died, buddy. While you're convinced that death is connected to the Watchmaker, I have met the Watchmaker many times long before the Dream Master adopted you and your sister. I've never found any evidence linking to him to memories on me. So they truly believe. It's not this thing where like they're like that Sunday's making it up in his head. Not that it might be made up, like in terms of like it's something he just thinks is happening. But he truly believes the Watchmaker is related to death. And now that you're the head of the Oak family, it is essential that you assess the situation objectively and consider the bigger picture. It was his sister, dude. It is unwise to allocate all Penacony's resources and manpower for the sake of personal vendetta. It was his sister, as this would bring dishonor to the Great One. That is so manipulative. It is his sister. Not only that, let's take out the sister equation. It is the most famous person in Penacony. It is someone who has brought hope to the entire world of Penacony. She is the perfect representation of Penacony. The Charmony Festival is on the horizon, and the Watchmaker's guests are all barely holding back their own agendas. Neither you or I could face the severe consequences. Dominicus's arrival is delayed. Dominicus. Therefore, I urge you to control your emotions and fulfill your responsibilities as head of the Oak family. So they're basically saying like, hey, dude, like if you go out and try and like find the relations to his death right now, it goes against the best interests of us as well. Which would make sense. Hot take. If he's been forced to not investigate this stuff, right? And maybe he still is investigating on the sly. Forcing Adventury to investigate 100% seems like a move that, like, he's like, you find out about it, please. You do it then. Like if he's not able to do it, you know what I mean? Focusing on only the festival, avoiding any interference from external sources. In addition, we must not neglect the honored guest invited by the Watchmaker, as mishandling this matter could lead to diplomatic conflicts with other major factions. Oh, buddy, the stuff that has happened involving us in disputes that could be avoided, As your elder, I hope you comprehend the gravity situation and handled it appropriately. Well, if you interestingly enough, like Sunday is already out of his own frustration and pain and suffering, has targeted Aventurine in a very, very not nice way at all. As for the matter of Robin, there will be time to pursue there will be time to pursue it once the festival concludes. By that time, it's over. But then I'll provide you with necessary resources and manpower in the name of Alfalfa family to help you get your revenge. Additionally, I've heard rumors that the Dream Master is not entirely pleased with your recent activities. I advise you conduct yourself with caution. Every single part of this letter is, buddy, this is a summary. And it sounds harsh to say this. This is a summary. Buddy, I know your sister died, but don't make the family look stupid, okay? Please, buddy, you know? And again, while I still, hate what happened to Aventurine, I want to make that perfectly clear. I hate what happened to Aventurine, but it makes sense that, like, out of pure desperation and a clouded mind that's not thinking rationally, in his mind, if he's like, you find out about, like, to Aventurine, like, you have 17 hours to find out about my sister, and what's happening here and who all the stuff, like, it would make perfect sense in a way in his mind where it's like, well, I can't do much because if I do, I'm going to get really in trouble with this family and it's frustrating. But if I make someone else do it, then I'll be able to, like, find out about my sister while also, like, not getting, running afoul of the Oak family as well. As the head of the Oak family, focus on your festival, avoiding interference from external sources. This is there's like so much things like, don't upset the people that are your guests. He already has kind of done that. In terms of the guests of the watchmaker, don't try to look for your sister. Don't try to relate the death to the watchmaker. After all this is done, then we'll help you. But the time this festival is done, like, everyone knows this, but this is not just me. Like, I know it's different because it's a meme, but like, they already have no leads right now, or not no leads, but they already have like a situation with the memory zone meme that, like, is so lost and scrambled and they can't find anything, right? That, like, it is like one of those situations where it's like the first, like, few days are the best time to investigate what's happened. And also, we know within the Oak family, someone got everyone out of this place so that Robin would be basically on her own and that no one would be here at the family. So whatever could happen happened right before the whole arrival of everybody. So, like, not only are they saying, there's someone in the family saying don't do anything to solve your sister's death, there's also, like, someone in the family clearly, making it so that it can happen easier.
It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this old Odie is happy with Sunte's recent performance.
Yeah.
They don't seem to care much about
Exactly.
that. Instead, they're more concerned about the Trumany Festival and the
Yes.
Watchmaker.
Maybe the other family heads don't think death is a big deal. One thing's for sure. There's a lot of internal conflict within the family, and everybody has their own agenda.
Exactly correct. Everyone is, like, doing their own stuff, whether it be the stuff with, like, the clearing everyone out, or like the, hey, don't do this now until, like, we have to, diplomatically welcome our guests here as well. I find this stuff so fascinating, though, because again, we have all those different agendas, but, like, it's very clear that, like, even, like, from, like, this, one death is too much, right? Like, but I understand, like, if you're in a town, you're in a city, you're controlling, so you're like, well, look, we can't act like it's a serial number of deaths over, like, one death, but 100, right? You still treat the one death with seriousness, but, like, they're not even treating the 100 deaths with seriousness. It's like some of these people in the family just don't even care about this stuff. List of suspects. Oh, very interesting. Very interesting. Esteemed head of the Oak family, investigation to all suspects involved in the death case has been concluded. The findings are summarized, which are below your review. Respectfully yours, Esme Drott. So we have Ryan, a general staff from the Oak family, short gray hair, leading laid-back lifestyle, often caught slacking at work. Percy, a diplomatic clerk from the Oak family, a dark curly hair, suffering from OCD, unable to work with his tie is tied and checked 5 times. That can be crippling. It really can. It's very sad when people have that type of stuff. Reshi, a diplomatic clerk from the Oak family, long gray hair, a devoted fan of clocky, exhibits a preference for a clock element in almost every aspect of life. Connor, a professor at the Paperfold University, short red hair, rumored by students to be an enigmatic figure due to his unkempt appearance. Doriani, a professor at the Paperfold University, short gray hair, known as among students as bringing up cigarettes to class instead of textbooks. That's crazy. Purupura, a researcher from the Nightingale family, a long blonde hair, known for being obsessed with soda and having the research lab's trash cans filled with empty drink cans. So we have, by the way, Nightingale families here too. Benny, a dreamscape producer from the Nightingale family. Brown hair, frail and thin, exhibiting an almost fanatical affection for dream construction. Maureen, a dream weaver from the Nightingale family. A lot of Nightingale family. Short grey hair, standard stature, and Pepeshi adults. Possesses a collector's fetish, particularly fond of mugs and jugs. Sir Whitaker, head of the Nightingale family. Short black hair, distinguished by rare orange pupils. So the Nightingale family are very much suspects in this situation. Pat, renowned actor from the Iris family, short grey hair, featured in numerous classic films and TV shows, known for distinctive high brand. So we have the Iris family, the Nightingale family, and was there a number named there as well? There's Oak family, Iris family, Nightingale family. Yeah. Nader, a drinksmith from the Iris family. Short blonde hair, enjoying good rotation with tourists, engaging in conversations. Carrie, an actress from the Iris family, a long pale hair, known for cross-dressing in films and play a suit-clad male protagonist, affectionately called by her fans as Grey Beauty. Brendan, a guard from the Bloodhound family, a short brown hair, award medallion for rescuing 10 stranded tourists in the incident caused by a meme. Okay. Carter, a security officer from the Bloodhound family, short blonde hair, small stature, often spending his leisure time in the casinos and Moment of Stars. Woolsey, the captain of the Bloodhound Guardians, a short blonde hair, a stocky man bearing several scars from previous encounters with memes. Olamu, a detective from the Bloodhound family, short black hair, known for his unkempt stubble and excellent undercover work and investigations within the underground gangs. Corinna, an agent of the Bloodhound family, long hair, nicknamed Fireball, by underground gangs due to her tendency to wear all red attire while enforcing the law. Melanie, a reporter from Alpha, they're getting arrested. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, this is terrible. But by God, you look good. Short blonde hair, standard Pepeshi stature, exhibiting mental age beyond the actual years. Gabe, a gambling agent from the Alfalfa family, short black hair, standard Pepeshi stature, used to enjoy candy before gambling starts. Lothric, a hotel, but great name, from the Alfalfa family. The Alfalfa family is the other family as well. So Alfalfa, Nightingale, Bloodhound, Oak, Iris. There's all the names of the families. Dark curly hair, tall stature, possessing a sense of humor that attracts numerous VIP customers. Lester, an auction trader from the Alfalfa family, gray hair, curly hair, medium stature, regularly indulging in a dreamy special after work. And there's Nyai, a project manager from the Alfalfa family, long blonde hair, shorter than the average Pepeshi, maintains his calm demeanor has generated a lot of revenue for the family. There are a total of 52 suspects on the list, followed by Sunday's note. Perhaps there's a common thread among them. I have reached a conclusion. There's a common thread? They're all from the families. Right? From the different families.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects. This traitor must have been causing trouble for the family for a long time.
It seems like he has been investigating for quite a bit.
They all seem to be insiders, but I haven't met any of them.
Huh? Wait, these characteristics.
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. However, if this traitor really exists, could they be responsible for Firefly and Robin's deaths?
Perhaps that's why Sunday is taking this matter so seriously.
I mean, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes all the time, right? For sure.
That's all for now. Nothing more.
I found all we had, like, at least, like, informative.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of scenarios in my head about dealing with the family.
Right.
I did not expect any.
And you'd be talking yourself up as well. So what we learned from those whole notes there is that Robin was 100% sorry. Yeah, Robin had suspicions. There is a numerous amount of deaths that that's hard to find even the connection to all these deaths as well. The investigation that was happening was halted, or at least publicly halted, because the other members of the family did not want the head of the Oak family to disrespect or to embarrass them, or to go against the wishes of the family, or go against the watchmaker's legacy at that moment. There's also a long list of crazy list of suspects that from different members of different families that could all be people that are responsible for this. In all honesty, there's a lot that I feel like maybe the word "a lot" is probably the way we put it, but there is a ton of different information. We found also in terms of the connections to why the meme is doing stuff. There's not really much of a connection there as well. It's a lot. There's a lot there.
Watch out!
Oh my god, and just as he says this,
I don't think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest, Mr. Yang. And
this is Acheron.
Acheron? The galaxy.
Oh my god, coming in with like a little smile on his face as well.
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without permission. I hope you can
Oh my
forgive us.
god, Welt.
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host.
We
Don't
need to
you
find
agree?
some info. Honestly.
Even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew has officially accepted the family's commission, so coming here will be unnecessary for you.
So he's saying that he's like, oh, you shouldn't be here?
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here. To ask you about the case and gather more
Right,
information.
very smooth.
We don't want any.
But I mean, in a way, like, we
loose
did come here expecting there to be someone here, you know?
Well, since you've come with goodwill, I have no reason to show you
Sunday,
the door.
like, gives the vibe of someone who does scare me a little bit as well sometimes. Genuinely.
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through
Well, he
those
might now.
documents.
While the truth remains a mystery, I'm getting close to it. I assure you that the traitor will soon pay the price.
And he says this with a smile as well, but we know there's a lot of anger in there, right?
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion that the murderer was within the family?
Good question.
With all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before the Charmony Festival, and the family has every reason to suspect the IPC's involvement.
Right.
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you, but in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention
Jesus.
as that ambassador did. Not to mention, I personally shackled him.
You see, I think you guys would understand why. That's why the idea of like the whole idea of shackling, like using the, like, you know, it's like, I understand that Sunday isn't like aware of this, right? But like even like the term shackle to someone who like clearly was like legitimately, literally shackled at one point in their lives, it makes you just want to get Aventurine free as soon as possible. But he's saying here, like, you know, if you were the murderer, you're not going to try. Like, Aventurine was drawing a lot of attention to himself.
However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of Aventurine. While the wicked can't break through high walls, they can plunge their evil dagger into
Interesting.
the heart of the righteous.
Is he saying that like while Aventurine like isn't going to be able to like, you know, he's not going to gain your trust, but he still might find a way to like do a little jab?
He's a businessman, not some philanthropist.
He's adorable.
But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the Clock Studios theme park all by himself.
With all the what?
Who knows what kind of scheme?
With all
he's
the
cooking
Bloodhound
up.
family there? Yeah, Aventurine is like, he is like a walking firework sometimes. He really is.
While the family is dedicated to keeping our guests safe, it might be wise for you to stay
Holy
alert.
hell. Aventurine gone to the same place that Gallagher was there as well. Yeah. I do like that, like, Sunday just doesn't believe that it was Aventurine now, I guess, just because of, like, his actions, right? It's not the actions of someone who's trying to hide a murder.
You never know what unexpected
Okay.
troubles could arise.
With the close-up of the mouth as well. So you basically have to focus on his words and his smile. We're switching to Aventurine? The POV switching in this game is fantastic. A very interesting closing line from Sunday there that felt kind of like a... Like, you know, when they did the close-up of the mouth, it felt kind of like a bit of a threat, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying he threatened us, but, like, the way it sounded, like, you know, unexpected things could happen all the time, you know? He also did say, like, we shouldn't trust Aventurine because, like, Aventurine, whilst they, like, you know, we know, like, oh, it's like, it's not even not trusting Aventurine really that much because it's like, hey, I know that he's not going to be able to, like, get to Welt. Like, Welt wouldn't fall for, like, a big scheme that Aventurine is doing possibly, right? But that doesn't mean Aventurine doesn't have, like, little tricks possibly to get around those. He's talked about how, like, you know, it's pretty impossible for Aventurine to kind of be the killer at this point. Not because he's not capable of it, like he's saying because, like, you know, not only is he, like, quote unquote shackled, he's also someone who, like, has made his, like, himself really, like, loud, and, like, he's going out and handing out stuff on the street, and everyone knows about this because if Sunday knows about this, then as well, like, you know, that means there's, like, people spying. There's birds. We saw the bird looking at them in the street, so he knows a lot of this stuff. Aventurine's not making his motives or his actions hidden anymore. So it's really feels like, you know, if he was going to be the killer, he tried to hide his actions a bit more, but he's very like in the open, like more than he even thought he was, I guess, as well at the same time too. Got the energy of someone who wants to once again have the perception of that they're in control, while also still giving like a little bit of information so that they can be helped.
According to a Pierpoint hotline tip, there was a major breakthrough in the shocking Ejhazio Aventurine case. The suspect has been arrested.
Wait, what?
This fraud case has been linked to many
Whoa.
departments within the Interastral Peace Corporation and the Intelligentsia Guild, causing a large drain in manpower and resources, resulting in the IPC taking a massive loss.
So there was a in their own words, there was a, what would you call it? Like a, it's right here what I'm talking about. It was a fraud case. So Aventurine was linked to a fraud case? Or was it?
The case's main suspect originates
Oh,
from
Jesus.
Sigonia 4 and is one of the survivors of the second Kataka Abjin
Oh.
extinction event, who does not carry an interstellar
Oh
refugee
my
travel
God,
permit.
we're not doing this, are we? Even the way they say this as well, this is like they do this on the news now, where like when they're describing someone's crimes, they like describe like a large portion of their past and stuff like this, and they make it like, you know, it's like it just sounds all so like icky and like, not that what being Thessalonian is icky, but the way they describe it, you know.
As per Strategic Investment Department head Diamond Sentiments, the IPC has appropriately relocated the suspect in the spirit of the Charter and will continue to conduct further investigations as to the motive.
So
of
he was
the
relocated in the IPC. Just he wasn't fired or anything. Just relocated. Who is this? Wait. Oh, they have the freaking thing around his neck as well.
What pretty eyes.
Jade.
Tell me, do they shine in the
I
dark?
can never stand to look at Aventurine like this.
Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a
That
heartbeat.
perfect for Kakavaja. That like 100% represents like his character, selling his own eyes for profit. He would do this, you know.
You don't know how many people long for your eyes to be closed forever.
Wow.
As a servant, you should not resist your master.
Jesus Christ.
Yet, you went and killed that man anyway.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Aventurine, heck yeah. 100% heck yeah. For killing that man. 100%. Not worth the dirt under your shoe. Her name's Jade, so it's in her stone, by the way. So I'm imagining she's like the head of like their department.
No lawyer has the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent yourself.
So she's saying a lot of people want him dead right now. And isn't that so crazy? That's what like life is like, you know? You know? Oh, I literally killed someone who was a slave owner, you know? Man, I want this guy dead. Absolute maniacs. Maniacs. Anyone, by the way, here's the thing, even if they're an ordinary person, and they even thought once, man, that Aventurine, like, he deserves to go after what he did. Guess what? They're dirt as well.
Not difficult, but definitely pointless.
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ask and you shall receive. You wanted the perfect construction material. All I did was offer a possibility. It was just a small wager.
You want a perfect construction material? Wait, is that talking about the fraud in some way?
If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejhazio. Maybe even the Sand King's remains. Pity your luck has run out.
So you've heard of Taziron before as well.
I'll admit that. What I'm more curious about, though, is why such a grand scheme failed to benefit anyone in the end, including the perpetrator himself.
So it didn't benefit Aventurine at all?
Madam, I already have what I want. to be brought before you for the next high-stakes gamble.
So again, gambling to get in front of Jade, right? Everything's a gamble.
Then let's talk about the second gamble. Tell me, what are you prepared to wager this time?
Jesus Christ.
My life. I bet you won't send me to the gallows.
You see what I mean? Everything, even like every second word is a gamble.
What do you want then?
I want your Lenore to meet with me. I have something to say.
So the chief, okay.
And then what?
I want cash.
Bit of cash.
It can't be that simple, can it?
It is that simple. 30 tanbas.
Whoa.
The remainder of my market value. 30 tanbas.
That's what.
No more? No less.
That's how much she was bought for, right? That's literally how much she was bought for by that guy.
With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than you. I wager you won't give me this chance. Which is why you should call him here.
He's saying you can't get past Jade with this stuff?
Interesting. A pity Diamond won't see you. No one gets to see him. From here on out, I am Diamond's representative, and I will decide on his behalf.
Okay, so she's like calling down from the top.
You're wrong. 30 tanbas. He'll give you that. And much more than that. Wealth, status,
Whoa.
power. The IPC will give you whatever you want, even what you don't want.
So is this when he joined the IPC, like, officially?
Kakavasha. A good name, but unfortunately destined to be buried in the dirt.
Oh, man.
You, though, you deserve to live, to create even more wealth for us.
So once again, by the way, the idea of this is what Dr. Ratio was saying. Obviously not in an insulting way. He was just saying, like, factually how a lot of people see adventuring, which is like without the adventurine and the stone and the name, people see you as someone who's destined to be buried in the dirt.
Go. Pick the clothes you like.
What?
Then choose your desired identity. And then use them well, child.
This is legitimately when he became a member of the IPC and also like maybe chose that peacockish lifestyle,
May
right?
your schemes be forever concealed.
Holy hell! So like he brought himself like he gambled his way before a representative of the Diamond and before Jade, and basically like asked for his money as a way like of what he was told he was worth, as a way to get even more riches. But she's like saying, no, like I will give you a place here. You will get a new name, Aventurine. You will get whatever clothes you want, whatever identity you want to pick, and you will make more money for us. So she sees like a value in that as well, which is kind of crazy because like once again, it's that whole thing of like, you know, you were born from dirt. And it's a horrible thing to say. People wanting them dead. All these people that don't see them any value in Aventurine whatsoever. Even though he's a living person that deserves to live a happy life. This character's gone through hell already.
Life is like a long-term investment. Those who choose correctly, do the correct things, reach the correct outcomes, and show the world their value.
Again, the idea of like trying to show what value he has. Again, he was told he has no value as Kakavasha.
People can't always make the right choices in their lives. But luck has always been on my side.
Oh.
I've never lost.
What he's been told since he was a freaking, like, kid.
Is it because Gaiathra blesses
The shakiness in his voice.
Well, if that's the case, she must also be looking upon me right now. My success is inevitable.
And even like as he got caught by Sunday, he still had that thing in his head where it's like, no, I'm going to win. I'm going to win.
But what then?
What then after you succeed?
Even if I overcome this difficult trial, what would come next? What awaits me after this glorious gamble? An even more glorious one?
More and more and more and more, a never-ending cycle of gambling on your own life.
Will I return triumphant with unending riches after countless successes, or will I encounter failure? Never to return.
It's so rare to hear adventuring like this, right? Like even the tone of his voice. And it's so interesting to be like kind of like introspective about like his decisions. You know, he's like, oh, like I'm gonna win. I always win, right? But what happens after I do win? You know? What do I get out of this? What is going to happen to my life? What is my life gonna look like? His life is just a constant gamble.
I'm pretty sure you already have some ideas.
What?
Lowly gambler.
Lowly gamble. What?
What?
That sounded like. Oh my god, he's so cute. That sounded like Aventurine's voice, though, right? What is happening? What is happening? That sounds like Aventurine. Yeah, it's Aventurine.
Am I dreaming, or have I gone completely insane?
Well, if the Harmony's infected, then you're obviously infected with like or being, you know, being infiltrated by corrupted Harmony.
Perhaps both.
Perhaps both is probably not a bad answer.
Forgotten me already? When you were strapped to that
What
electric
the hell?
by a mannequin warlords, who was it that gave you the idea?
He was. Again, we're not surprised, but it sounds like so many times in his life he was just made to like die and then he survived. You know? Who was it that gave you the idea?
Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of my head, newborn of the Harmony.
Newborn. So this is born of the Harmony?
The Harmony? Oh, don't play the fool.
What is happening?
Time we've met. No need to be so polite.
Like I'm like, imagine how Aventurine feels. I'm getting nervous about this.
I'm you, and perhaps even more aware of yourself.
What?
Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a bunch of unfortunate fools with you through death's door. That's why you're here.
So he's talking about the system hours, but is he saying that like he thinks that like the other Aventurine like wants to go down with people go down with him?
A grand unveiling. You really think you can pull
I'm kind of rooting for it at this stage. The grand unveiling. Not if people. I don't want normal people. I want to make clear. I don't want normal people to just die. I'm not saying that, but I mean in terms of like letting people know about what's happening here at this stage.
Well, you may have fooled everyone, but you can't fool yourself. I can show you. Before you're entirely gone, I'll be with you for the last.
Don't say it like that.
Road.
Don't say it like that at all.
Let's have a heart-to-heart while we walk.
This is so trippy, though, isn't it?
What exactly are you?
Like again, it's almost like whenever we see I said it last time. Is whenever we see Aventurine being like having their voice being shaky or a bit nervous, it is legit like that character in the TV show that never cries and they cry on like episode 50 and like it breaks everyone down. It makes me feel so weird.
Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that outcome.
What are you talking about?
Kakavasha, I am your future.
Whoa, and that's what he's talking about. Where do I end up? Where does my life end up after all these gambles?
First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the Harmony's Emanator next?
I have no idea. I have no idea where you're going to be elevated into.
What's that featherhead doing?
So we're once again, but I'm gonna change the party again just for like, you know, the sake of like, you know, once again just doing more damage and stuff I guess as well. But like once again we have another mystery on our hands, and it seems we saw Aventurine talking about like what his future could be, like where do I end up and what do I look like? And now he's visited by like kind of like a holographic version of himself, basically saying that I am your future. I'm where you're gonna end up. You have hours to live. On the last stretch, let's walk together. Do you think you can do this unveiling? Like, holy freaking hell, what are we getting in here? Head to the central stage of the park? What are you talking about right now?
Just a Pepeshi? No. A child.
So it's a child on their own over here.
I thought minors weren't allowed in Golden Hour. Hey kid, you okay? Are you lost?
His head is hurting.
What's wrong, mister?
Oh
You
no.
don't look well.
The scratches on his face. The hair. Is this baby Adventurine? The eyes, yeah.
Impossible. Who are you?
They're pretty, aren't
It's
they?
Adventurine.
Sis said they're a gift from Mama Funga.
No.
Colorful eyes are said to bring good luck.
Oh, little baby. And the little smile on his face as well.
Mister, you have pretty eyes
You
too.
both do.
Beautiful.
Oh my freaking god. What are we doing here?
Are you alone? Where are your parents?
It's so interesting to see, like, Adventurine so shooken up by this.
They're in that amusement park. Papa and Mama went in first. I'm just about to go look for them.
Stop. So in this timeline, his parents are still around. Look at the scratches on his chest, even like the harsh climates that he grew up in, right? It's not uncommon then to have like your face be kind of like worn out as well from like whether wind or especially in a more like an area like that they were,
I have to go.
No.
Goodbye, mister. Hope you have a good time too.
And he talked about Get Out. His sister said he was like his eyes were a gift. Everything's a gift. Everything's lucky. What the hell?
And Mama Funga. No, it can't.
I don't like hearing Adventurine being all like shook.
There aren't any Avgens left.
Oh no. I hate, like, again, I understand, like, we need to, like, he deserves to have any, like, type of emotions. I want to be clear on that. But it's still hard to hear, you know what I mean? It's like, it feels so weird. And, like, it's, like, very, like, I just be honest, it's upsetting. It's, like, it makes me feel bad. Like, of course it does. Like, I listen to it, I'm like, I don't want to hear Adventurine in distress and worry, you know what I mean? At all. Oh my god. So we saw a version of himself in the future and a version of himself in the past at this stage as well, by the way.
Good times never last.
Holy hell. This is probably going to hit like a ton of bricks. And this is like, by the way, this has final act vibes. We're in like act 2. Doesn't it have like, it has like final act vibes. Like this journey that we're going on with Adventurine here.
Stand still.
It feels like we're like we're almost done Petticoaty the way they're doing this, And we have like we literally have like what, like more acts like after this as well. Let's get some defense.
May as well kill them all.
Why not? Don't know why, but it's pretty cool.
Stand still.
We didn't even need it, but there's gonna be okay.
Those eyes.
Oh, I forgot to look at this stage, by the way.
It can't. There aren't any Avgens left.
The way he says there aren't any Avgens left, right? Because again, they were massacred. They were massacred. It was an extinction event, right? That happened, right? They were massacred. To witness someone who he's in denial that it's him, by the way. He's in denial that it could be him. But to witness something like this, your first perception obviously is going to be denial, and then now your whole life you spent thinking that you're the only one of the Avgens left, and then what? You meet this kid? So dark. But yeah, we've seen someone from his past, and what they're saying is from his future as well. Let's move some of these around, I guess. Again, I feel like with these puzzles sometimes, like I before, like the puzzle will just go before I even get a chance to like figure out exactly what I'm doing here. Like I'll just succeed without the knowledge that I succeeded. Like there, I just move things. They're easy enough puzzles, I suppose. That's why. I can't believe I said so many bad words. Sorry, I'll never speak again like that again. I'm really TikTok. It's okay, don't worry about it. Speak as many bad words as you want, honestly. Speak as many words. Honestly, before we go any further, I wonder if do we have like some stuff to, oh, we do. We could definitely wish on Silverwolf but then again, like I don't really need the. Yeah, I'm good. I think saving up is probably the best idea. I think saving up is the best idea. We have 5 days to the next banner as well. Oh, well, I can't look at the next banner, right? Yeah, I can't. What about do we have any for the standard banner, actually? We do. Why not? I always like to do if we have it on the standard banner, why not? Let's do it. Okay, cool. Ah, wait, I just got Moe's, right? And I just got a light come from then. That's interesting. That's very cool. Okay. A bit of a pick-me-up before we head into what we're about to do here. Head into the center stage as adventuring.
Papa, Mama, wait for me.
You do not have the right to kill me like this. Please, game. Please.
Only on Paniconi.
Oh, there he is again. There's the voice again.
What are you still doing here? Well, you've known all along. The family truly showed leniency to everyone who came seeking help. Why would there be a need for such high walls and deep moats?
Isn't it interesting that Sunday also mentioned the term high walls as well, right?
However, people don't see it like that. Especially since the flavor of the dream syrup is so alluring. You will receive no charity on Paniconi. And relying on your own strength alone to topple high walls? Not a likely fate.
Is he saying you said the flavor of dream syrup is so alluring? Like, because okay, people don't see this place as being like overly protective and like almost like very secure, try to secure like the secrets behind Paniconi because all people are focusing on is how good the dream syrup tastes, and so like toppling these walls is gonna be hard to do on your own.
Which is why once you step into the hotel, you remove your high hat and beg everyone you come across for help. Like a hyena scavenging for scraps in the desert. Because you know that opportunities are fleeting.
So we know that Aventurine went around and talked to like everyone he could and still does that. It's just the phrasing of this.
Well, when you put it like that, even Ratio's a teeny peacock analogy sounds pleasant.
Oh my god, he's even being cheeky with himself. Like, yeah, like from the outside perspective of like an event, like obviously I don't see it that way. Obviously, but it is like this. Like people could say it's a desperation. It's a knowledge that like he's not going to get very far. So he's desperately trying to like talk to anybody, make connections with anybody. You know what I mean? And like some of them did work.
Well, you know how rare it is for me to give you the straight dope. So listen while you can. It's good timing that you mentioned the doctor. I'm especially fond of what you and he have in common. The conspiracies, calculations. Especially the part about the finale, a magnificent act of betrayal.
So they're talking about the commonalities amongst him and the doctor, but they're also talking about, I guess, the doctor was also planning stuff at the same time Venturine was planning stuff.
Oh, when everyone thinks this way, who would even suspect that it was another trap you've meticulously devised?
So he did set up a trap? He did?
Go on. Tell me I'm right. You know who you really are, Mr. Cavalier Gambler. Uptight, sober, cautious, massive inferiority complex. You want so much, you're still so afraid of...
Jesus Christ. And we said this as well, by the way. We said that, like, he is someone who, like, doesn't want anybody thinking that he is less than. And even now, it's like even though he's done so much, like, he's been so victorious in his gambling, even now he's afraid of, like, the idea of losing a gamble.
They only see your big bets, your bravado, the full house, the straight flush. They don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
The table, clutching your chips for dear life.
like the idea that the perception of him is this big this clamorous, as he said. I used the word clamorous because that's what Dr. Ratio said. A clamorous people with this bit of bravado, but like underneath all of that, there's somebody who's like kind of like scared. There's someone who's like worried that they're not going to win this time around. What's going to happen when I win?
It's a heck of an act. No wonder the tavern sent you an invite. You're a natural kid. You don't
Jesus
stop at fooling the
Christ.
audience, you fool yourself too.
Like, even you fool yourself, that's like saying, like, you know, you're even the veil that you put up is starting to fool yourself as well.
Well, the best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors
Wow.
is first being able to fool yourself.
Wow. Again, so he was invited, obviously, at this idea like of from the tavern, which is the Masked Fools, right? That's where it is, the tavern. Yeah, because it's like one of those things, like he has such a perception about him that he is like this like incredibly good at making these deals and winning in the end. When in reality, there is an idea that like he's even fooling himself into thinking that he's like constantly winning and he has his bravado is all real.
Of course. I know you all too well. But it's strange. Why did you decline that invitation? You had the chance to embrace elation. Was that not what you most wanted? But you chose the IPC instead.
I have my theories about why he chose IPC, but I want to see then like if he says anything about this as well.
For the preservation? I doubt it. Do you even have anything in common with the preservation? Oh, I thought you knew. Didn't you say you had me pegged?
I wonder if that's not the case then.
We're done. Either stop talking or disappear from my sight.
My perception of why he joined the IPC is it's a perfect place where he has like resources and status and a place where he can constantly be making deals and constantly be gambling and constantly like, you know, be winning in certain situations. You know, it's and all the time he has a chance to like set up a different appearance for himself. Like he has a different life almost altogether, which again, if we're talking about the bravado, there's that there too. Yeah.
That's fine. But who exactly is about to disappear?
Adventure, stop saying it.
Well, it's not going to be me anymore.
Oh my god, Adventure, hopefully. Please. So the boy he's over there. Yeah, that's such a crazy, so look, so catch up to the young Avjin, right? That's what we're saying, catch up to the young Avjin. That interesting conversation here, because I think it like confirms like a lot of the stuff that like that they've been, you know, drip feeding us, we say. Like, you know, it's not like it's like one of those things where it wasn't like apparent in some way. I love this idle animation. He is a character who, when he got here to Penacony, one of the things he did was try to make as much friends as possible as quick as possible, because he knows how like impossible it would be to kind of like infiltrate this place, right? He is constantly, you know, keeping up the appearances of like I'm winning, I'm constantly winning. Even like, you know, we said that with like the Dr. Ratio and the Sparkle thing, where Dr. Ratio is like, it seems like you're losing. It seems like Sparkle's saying it, like that just sounds like you've got nothing. Even though like I truly believe that there could be a chance that Adventurine has like something huge planned because it's Adventurine, there is also a thing where like he's like, no, I'm very close to winning. I'm very close to winning. So I do think he's always trying to keep up like a bravado, a perception about himself. And the idea of like fooling yourself is such an interesting thing too, because like to truly fool yourself and to believe in something, you have to like do some like big mental gymnastics. You have to do some really huge things. Is it here? Do they want us to go here? No, it's just the light shining through here. Yeah, it's crazy that you'd be able to even do that, but it sounds like the life that he's led has led to this moment here as well. He's someone who has been born from a unbelievably horrible lifestyle, a situation that no one would ever even wish on their worst enemies at all. And now he's here in this fancy outfit, a new identity basically. And now he's faced with an Avjin boy, right? Himself, basically. He's faced with himself from what could be in the future and what he was in the past. And if we're talking about putting up fronts and putting up a that bravado, like there are no secrets you can truly hide from yourself and in your mind, right? There are none. You can't really do that. It's really, really difficult to do. And to be faced with like the younger version of yourself is to be faced with the true essence of your past, I feel like, as well. So I wonder if like that bravado will last when faced with, you know, this version of himself. We've already seen it being shaken. After the agony in the stonier places, the shouts and cries, prisoners' places, reverberations. We saw this with the McHale thing, right? Do you want us to go here?
Playing hide and seek. I'm really good at this.
And almost like chasing down the former version of himself as well. Like, no, obviously, like, you know, you could say symbolically, like, trying to find himself again, you know? But we'll see. Activate. Rotate to here. Rotate to there. Rotate to there. And there we go. The thought of eventually doing like the ping pong ball stuff here as well. But now that I know that the meme can destroy these guys, can destroy people in here, it's not trying to hide. You bet you guys can't find me. And again, just like seeing Aventurine as a kid as well. Just so it just breaks my heart. Breaks me heart. Truly.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Relax.
And like,
Good
like
times
the thing
never
is as well, like,
last.
and with
Time to say
Aventurine,
bye.
like, you know,
Boom.
he's gone through like a massive amount of discrimination as well. There's no way of getting around that. He has been discriminated
still.
against
Hedge your bets.
very clearly for his whole life.
counting the
And you know, you could argue like, well, the IPC like deserve a bit of discrimination in terms of like they deserve to be like you know, for people to be weary of them. That's totally true, and I totally agree with that 100%. You know, we're always weary of IPC members.
Eternal sleep is not the dead.
But it's very clear that a lot of like a lot of the discrimination we've seen, whether it be in the flashbacks or the stuff that people say about him, like, yes, people go like, you're slimy and you're this, you're like, you know, we can't trust you and all this stuff as well, right? But a lot of that doesn't even come from the fact he's from the IPC. Like, a lot of that I hear when I hear that, it was either like you're from Signonia or you're an Avgin. And even like in the news report about the stuff earlier, it's like they did, you know, instead of describing like, you know, like just his actions, they started describing like, you know, his place of origin, as if that like was like something that like was a big part of it. But again, it's because to the people in watching those reports, the first thing they're gonna say is like
or maybe
you know, those again, I want to say this right now, and I'm gonna say it's idiots, dumb people. The first thing they're gonna say is like, there it is. There it is, an Avgin. You know, it's like, yeah, of course you'd think that, you know. Makes sense, you know. And again, it isn't a form of, like, proper discrimination to me as well. That's really awful stuff. Dearest guest, my job to create a scenario based on the Clocky IP visitors effectively pull in new customers for the Clock Studios products and execute operation and refinement and hit the key target object and make our studio the best in the universe. In order to achieve this goal, the Dream Ticker departments work closely with the Sweet Dreams troupe to form a doubly whammy that outputs to visitors. Dream Chasers and the family, the feedback creates an ecology and a content that we can fully use and empower the Dreamscape tourism market. Lovely stuff. So, I'm gonna start moving stuff as usual. Then move the mirror over here, maybe? Whereabouts is it? We have to get over there, don't we? So maybe here, and then here. Oh, we can move this. Maybe we have to move this out of the way. Maybe move this out of the way first, and then move this. And then... move that maybe, and then move this to here. And move that to there. This is a strange one, isn't it? Because usually, like, they're very easy. Usually it's like, okay, whatever, I can do this, you know? Well, moving that to there is probably a good idea. And then moving that to there, and then moving this to here like that. Yeah. And then we have to move them back. Just very simple. A very simple one there for the second one. Oh, a gold one. Maybe we... Okay, hold on a second here. Huh. This is actually one of the few times that one of these puzzles is like truly like difficult, right? That has to be right, first of all. Remove that. I don't know what I'm doing here now. This is like the first time ever that I've been like, man, I don't know what to do here. Like, we can move along this path here. Oh, wait. I'm doing this all wrong, it feels. Because there's this here as well. Yeah, I just didn't even notice it. That literally would have been waged if I noticed the other block on the other side. That's my bad. I blame you guys as well. You could have told me about it, you know what I mean? TikTok, I'm joking. Words really difficult to understand. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All those buzzwords that my head was spinning. TikTok, I'll just speak normally from now on. You do whatever you need to do, buddy. Cool stuff. This whole area is gorgeous, by the way. Look at this stage stuff as well.
What sweet childhood.
I feel like when I think of hide and seek as well, I do think, you know, it's a big part of childhood, isn't it?
When Mama said goodbye that day,
Stop.
how many catechins were like jackals hot on your heels?
So it's like this happy childhood memory? Not exactly that.
I know you won't forget that sound anytime soon. Those shrill cackles. You had to hide right under the noses of those savages. You and Big Sis, playing dead, drifting and all
Jesus Christ.
completely ruined that shirt. Shame. Wasn't that the last one Dad left behind?
Like this, like even like the symbolism of that, like the bloody water even ruined the memory of their dad. You know what I mean? Like this thing of like all of this painful stuff to happen to their family, the massacre, the absolute like destruction and extinction of the Avgens. And now the memories of even fun times, like, oh, you remember, imagine like your life is like you remember hide and seek and you remember the day that you're like the last bit of memory you had of your dad was ruined in a blood-soaked water.
It wasn't ruined.
Wow.
Always kept it.
So even if it was soaked, he's like, I still have it.
Come on. It's a rag.
No.
It's not like you can ever wear it. Now you don't have to hide. You probably won't even deign to get your pretty outfit wet in the rain. And your social capital has changed.
Is that the connection they're trying to make here as well, where it's like Aventurine has all this like fancy outfits, he has all this like big, outlandish way of designing his clothes and has, and the clothes that he wears, but all this time he's also kept a hold of a blood-soaked, basically rag that reminds him of his father, even after all this time.
I've never changed.
I've never changed.
On the contrary, now you're the one who does the hunting. The last round of hunting.
Don't say last.
And you get to be it. You should enjoy it.
I wonder if what Aventurine is saying is that like,
That child. Could he be in
I wonder if what Aventurine is saying is like the idea that like the idea of holding on to that blood-soaked rag to me gives the symbolism of like, yes, I have all this like different outfits. Yes, I've tried to fool myself into believing like this who I was. Yes, I like act really like I do all this gambling and I do all this stuff that like is puts myself in danger. But that blood-soaked rag, and I'm calling it a rag because that's what he called the other future version of him. That blood-soaked shirt that he kept on himself. To me, like, again, is like one of those symbolic things. Yes, he's not gonna wear it, right? But he's saying like, that part of me is not gone. I've never actually changed personally. I have this. I've tried to fool myself and fool other people, but at heart, I'm always gonna be that same person that I was the day my father passed away. Look at this area, this like movie set style thing. It's so cool. Legitimately such a cool area. Who were we once we lived, now dying? He who was once living is now dead. We who were once lived are now dying. Is that talking about the Avgens as well? This area is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Let's settle
Good
this.
times. Time to say bye. Boom.
I checked the recording. The battle's over.
That child. Could he be in here?
There's a lot of enemies around here as well. Like, we don't have to fight every one of them, of course. But obviously, like, I won't skip battles just for the sake of it either.
Is this?
Wait, is that the stone that was given to him by Topaz?
Topaz?
Yeah.
What is this?
Especially just like right on his path as well. That was the stone that he got of Topaz.
What? Does your cornerstone wrench out your heart, son?
Again, being so like mischievous with him here as well.
I was merely curious at why it was
But he's saying, is that playing your heart?
Maybe that winged guy put it here.
That'd be awful.
Did taunt you. Just to make you realize that painstakingly arranged magic show is nothing but
Oh my god, a death rattle is what I think is what like a certain animal does when they're about to die, right? I think it is, but like in this sense, it's like, even thinking of it this way, it's like if imagine, I'm not saying Sunday did that, but imagine if he did do that, to be like, hey, look, you failed.
the cornerstone's hue is the same as the radiance of Clipant's body. I've got to give it to you. I've heard a lot of baloney, but that line deserves a prize for sheer nerve. If he were just a little bit smarter, the jig would have been up right there.
What does he mean by this? What does he mean by this?
This is just bait.
Is he saying that other stone was, there was like a lie within that as well?
Of course. That's why Ratio's betrayal was one of the keys to your plan. I have to say, that
Wait.
doctor's acting was perb.
But they were talking amongst each other and he said that, wait, is this just like a perception thing again? Or is this actually like Dr. Ratio was in on the plan?
Or maybe he wasn't acting at all.
It sounds like his brain is jumbled like heck, right? Like to try and convince himself this was all part of the plan, maybe, or it could be a thing where, like, again, it's either or here as well.
All the better for you. Sunday didn't become head of the Oak family by acting sloppy. He's obsessed with
Seems that way.
You have to give him enough detail to satisfy his meticulous nature, but not so much that he gets suspicious. Which is why you had Ratio seek him out and leak the plan on purpose. To prevent the other party from suspecting anything. The intel you gave to Ratio was all true. He spoke the same to Sunday.
Wait, so Dr. Ratio he knew about the plan all along? Is that what they're saying? And he gave information that was technically true to Dr. Ratio. Dr. Ratio believed it was true as well. So Sunday couldn't suspect anything from him. Is that what there's... If that's the case, that's awesome. That's so awesome.
Finally, Sunday took the bait, found the other cornerstone, and before you know it, everyone's distracted enough for you to steal the third stone right out from under.
He stole the Aventurine?
Why don't you stop rummaging through my mind?
Wait, so this is all a freaking plan then? Every bit of it was up. So okay. So this is why, okay, Aventurine is always like as I said, there's a possibility that he could be like 10 steps ahead of these situations, right? 100%. If he's rummaging through Aventurine's mind, that Aventurine's plan would have been tell Dr. Ratio about his plan, knowing Dr. Ratio would tell Sunday possibly. In the so in that process, you know, he could act like he was caught so he could steal back the Aventurine stone. Man, all of these plans that he came up with, like, and I guess if you've been doing this since you were like a kid.
Your mind. It's our mind. You're me, and I'm you. We're the same.
Very, very cool stuff. Yeah, because we were always saying there's a possibility that, like, you know what, yeah, it could be a thing where it's like, you know, he truly does believe and know that he has, like, an advantage here, right? When he was trying to convince people. So, like, if this is the case, I'm actually pretty glad that is the case. If he has, like, some sort of other plan here as well.
The best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is to first be able to fool yourself. Really? You can't even fool yourself. You just got lucky this time.
But then he's saying here that he got lucky with this situation as well.
This is the other cornerstone in Sunday's hands. Rather beautiful green. Just like you. Smooth. Cunning. Tell me, what's its name?
What's his name? Aventurine, right?
Why are you even asking me? Must I do all the work? Aventurine is the stone of luck and trickery. That's what she said when you received the stone, wasn't it?
I'm starting to think that what happened here was that when he says Aventurine got lucky here, that all these things found into place, but did he actually get a hold of the actual stone itself? Because, or the third stone, because he said third stone, right? The other stone. But I thought that he didn't get the stone. So then the plan would be have Ratio leak the plan on purpose. Have him speak to Sunday with true, so he can get the stone, and then like. But he's saying here you got lucky. But he's saying also the other cornerstone is in Sunday's hand, so maybe it's one of those situations where like this was his plan, but it failed.
This type of stone isn't rare, but its hue is very similar to a certain gem. In fact, it's often used as a substitute.
Wait, oh.
Jade.
Jade. So it's actually a jade stone that he has? Oh my god, so he did take the Aventurine stone?
Even Sunday can't tell.
Oh my god.
Well, looks like jade can be substituted
oh
for
my
Aventurine,
god.
too.
I am so overwhelmingly happy about it. I know it's still like we're still in danger, right? But like the fact that Aventurine was able to pull this off, if this is the case.
Aventurine, Topaz, Jade. 3 elite.
So that's the lady that was.
Cornerstones who, for a measly penny, offered their everything.
That is insane.
Oh, you're even more united.
True. So Topaz and Jade, who Jade was like the representative for Diamond, they offered up their cornerstones in order to get Penacony. So I guess what that means, like, to always to get closer to Penacony, also for Aventurine to get his Aventurine stone. Oh my god, Aventurine.
As I've said before, 3 chips are sufficient. All
He did say this, didn't he?
But will it be the former or the latter? We'll find out.
So that, again, the idea of a united front to get back Penacony, they literally said, take my stone and take my stone. So you can have your stone. Holy hell.
So, where's the real
Oh my god, and he can or at least keep his Aventurine stone. What a frick, that is like, okay, that makes me overwhelmingly happy if this is the case. Now, I know, again, there's still, as I said, danger, right? But that's awesome if it is the case.
Suddenly you don't know where it is? I just want to hear you say it. After all, it really does.
Can we see it? Can we see it?
As you wish, then. They never.
Fine. Okay, that's it.
They're right
It's
where they
gorgeous. It's stunning. And now that you think about it, the other green is a very jade color, but again, to the untrained eye, like someone like me who doesn't know stones, I didn't even know, right? So like I'm not saying I didn't even know, but like I'm saying I didn't even do research, right? And I had the guide Google, you know, like I didn't even think to look at it, you know. So the plan was, okay, let me put this into a timeline, okay? Because I'm actually like, you know, my mind is going crazy right now. Adventurine came to Penacony with topazes and jade stone. They were confiscated. He went to find out about the family, and in the process of getting trapped, he let Dr. Ratio know his plan. Dr. Ratio relayed the plan to Sunday. And because of that, Venturing got closer to Sunday, which then led him on this investigation to realize, yes, there is a traitor within the family. All in the process, he never actually left his adventuring stone, never got his adventuring stone confiscated because in the end, he even like did this thing where he was like, I'll be taking my money then, to make it seem like the jade inside the money bag was like the most important thing. Oh my freaking god. Oh my freaking god. Because at least that's what I'm following now. All to keep his adventuring stone. This man, I tell you, which then does change a few things, right? Like, obviously, like, I still believe that we're not changing the perception that he is like someone that doesn't need to like seem like he is winning and he tries to fool himself and other people around him, of course. But like we said, there was two options there when it came to like what he was saying to people. Does he actually believe he has a plan that he's moving closer to and he's achieving, or is he trying to keep up appearances? And now, obviously, he is trying to keep up appearances, but he 100% had a plan. You know, he 100% had a plan. But he's looking at here.
Piled up with these cheap baubles.
Wait, these cheap baubles?
You smashed the adventurine
Wait.
before you left.
Wait, what? So it's like mixed in with other gems?
Oh, just look at it. Shattered.
Don't say that.
Just like your life. Poor thing. A humble pebble coated in the most lustrous sheen. I take it back. This thing's far more precious.
If this is a version of himself talking to himself, right, from the harmony, and he said birthed it from the harmony, is there an idea that like it's trying to play on like the deepest parts of his emotions? Well, maybe like this is something that Adventurine sometimes feels about himself. Because again, what was the start of Adventurine's story? Dr. Ratio, and Dr. Ratio didn't obviously mean it that way. He was saying what the truth is, how people perceive him. Without this stone, you are nothing.
You're absolutely clear about the consequences of doing this. Blasphemy against Clipot's body. You think the IPC will let you get off?
Wait, so since it's actually a crime to against Clipot to like destroy your stone?
Well, Diamond has always been all about.
Sure. Okay.
As long as I could create value far beyond the cost.
Oh, so he's saying if I can get Penacony, then in the end, he's not gonna care.
How else would the family be fooled if there was no price to pay?
I guess.
It doesn't matter. Even smashed to smithereens, the preservation's cornerstone can still be used. Its effect may be greatly diminished, but it's enough for me.
I get someone who has fought with very little in his back pocket for his whole entire life. That is such an amazing thing to say. I only need a small portion of it. Someone who has literally scratched and clawed his way to where he is today. I only need a tiny bit of this adventurine stone. Holy frickin' hell, this game, man. This character. Holy frickin' hell. And again, he's saying, like, yeah, this may be a crime, but, like, in the end, if I get back Penacony for the IPC, do you think Diamond is going to be like, oh, no. Yeah, he might be a bit angry, but he's going to have Penacony. The stuff Adventurine has put himself through today in order to get into this situation is insane. He is the ultimate gambler.
Now I'm really curious. Why does every step you take involve reckless risks, and the choices you prepare for yourself always come with a strong impulse for self-destruction?
This is a question that you're asking right now, but yeah, that's a part of his life. He literally was willing to sell his eyes at one point. He gambled on his own life.
Do you truly believe that the greater the risk, the greater the rewards? I wouldn't have guessed you'd be so loyal to the IPC. There's so much you don't see. Which is also why you'll never see how I'll win it all.
He's gonna win it all.
That is, if you can do what it takes.
I think Adventurine has more determination in like his hand than most characters do in their entire body.
We'll just have to wait
What a
and see
freaking moment.
The cornerstone is gone. Another illusion of the harmony. Huh?
Huh?
Hello. We meet again, Mr.
Oh my
Pretty
god,
Eyes.
Mr. Pretty Eyes. I might just look at your kid self here, yeah, but like that whole scene with like finding out about like Adventurine's plan and like what he was trying to do here as well. So with the Dr. Ratio stuff then, am I to believe then he gave Dr. Ratio information that Dr. Ratio believed to be true, so there's no way that Dr. Ratio could be technically not lying because it's not... He doesn't know it's not true?
Yes. We meet again. Did you find your mother and father?
After that conversation he just had there, by the way, I love his voice so much. He's gone back to like being kind of a little bit softer with his voice.
Of course. Big Sis is there too.
Oh, Jesus.
4 of us were just playing hide and seek. I'm so happy. On our way here, Papa even brought me to see a blimp.
That sounds very nice.
I think you mean Phil.
Oh, wait, did I didn't exactly hear the way he said it.
I'm so happy. On our
It's very
way
echoey.
Here, Papa even brought me to see a blimp.
A flim. Sorry, I was just focusing on like the actual. I wasn't even focused on the text this time. My bad.
Yes, that's it. Putting many drawings together and turning them into a moving wall painting.
Oh my god, the energy and sweetness and innocence in this child's eyes.
They put me, Papa, Mama, and Big Sis together, turning us into one big family.
This is heartbreaking.
You should give it a try too, mister. You look sad. The amusement park will cheer you up.
Sure, let's go. Oh my god, and the little run he had over here as well. Adventure, I think there's something so like emotionally destructive about like Adventurine coming to terms with the stuff in his past and like watching a movie and playing games with like his younger self. Wait, what? It's like it's an actual mini game. Press the flip button to dodge obstacles and opponents. If you dodge right before you're about to crash into a roadblock, you'll trigger a turbo dash and experience a short period of invulnerability. Oh my god. Energy can be accumulated by triggering turbo dash and picking up supplies. When energy is full, you will enter a nutty blitz and experience a lot. Oh my god, oh my god. What is this? Oh, this is the audio score. Film like this limited movie mode. The progress bar indicates the film progress. Audio score will be accumulated by conducting turbo dash, picking up supplies, and slamming into opponents and obstacles while invulnerable. Trigger the events above as many times as you can to achieve the target audience score. Oh my god, this looks so fun. What's the flip button is this button here, okay. Is that it? Okay, we got this. No, I did that wrong, for sure. Let me go again. The invulnerability is actually very fun, isn't it? This is a fun thing, right? This is a really fun mini game. Oh no, it's almost over. I kind of want to go again. That was really fun. Reshoot. Let's try one more time. That was super fun. Target score is 1,000, but like we already hit that, I think, in that moment as well. We should be defeating enemies here, right? For sure. We got a turbo air deer this time, which is nice. I think we're supposed to switch right before we hit it, right? Yeah, and that hits the turbo. Yeah, that's my bad. Okay.
Payout?
Okay.
Music to my ears.
That's fun. That's super fun.
How's that? Not a bad score, eh?
Oh, look at the fun he's having as well. I just want Adventure to have fun every day of his life.
Boring.
No, not boring. Are you serious? I want him to have fun every single day. Is that the only minigame we could do from there, by the way? Is there more than one? Sequel mode? What the hell? Movie mode. Oh my god, there's like multiple different challenges and stuff? Can I go? I should be able to go back here, right? It isn't done if I leave here, right? We'll try one more anyway before we go forward, because obviously we're heading towards the story, but we'll try one more anyway. But still, like, I hope you get to go back and do this. Probably not. So change right before we hit the target. Oh man, I'm not good at this. Only 3 attempts this time. Not doing too bad. Okay, we got the target score at least. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a fun game. It's definitely a really, really fun game. Really fun stuff. Where are we heading now with this boy? Oh, there's another chest here. Oh my god, these are always very fun too, aren't they? I'm a crocodile. Looks like I found the watchmaker's legacy. Get that as well. Yeah, we don't need to fight every enemy there as well, but we'll recharge ourselves just for the sake of it. Man, I'm so enamored with Adventurine's story. I really, really am.
Oh, the bigger the better.
Legitimately so. We usually go around like I try to go like maybe 2 hours these videos. We'll go a bit longer as well here as well, because I feel like I don't want to just stop in the middle of an Adventurine scene here, I guess.
Don't get complacent.
Stand still.
Sure, I'll play along.
Might as well put a little bit of defense in ourselves for this, right? Lovely shot.
Nothing major.
Some DOTs. Some more DOTs. Love the follow-up.
To betray my customers.
Sambo's very good.
Extra.
He's very good.
Stand still.
We're gonna be able to do Kafka's move now as well. Oh my god, that move. The follow-ups. Honestly, Kafka and Adventurine together as like a follow-up demon crew, pretty cool.
No dirty tricks. The dice have been cast.
That's such a pretty picture as well.
Or maybe
it really
I'll
is.
Take it all. Spend freely.
Why not? So let's go for this and then go for this. Do they still have DOTs on them? I don't think they do anymore, but it's okay.
Time to say bye.
We can still do boom. Boom. Look at that. Just hearing them all go, ah! That's like the perfect representation of Kafka to me. Ah! After she attacks.
Relax.
Eternal.
Where's Kafka? You hear the distance? Ah! Oh, there she is.
More business, eh?
Almost like a perfect perception. Oh, they do have DOTs. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Hedge your bets.
I wonder where Kafka
It's
is.
on me.
Ah! Help!
May as well
She's
kill 'em
literally
all.
slaughtering all of us. We are all dead.
Good times.
This is brutality
Never
that has
time
not
to
been
say
seen in the
bye.
world.
Boom.
She keeps saying boom every time she kills our friends. Somebody help!
Stand still.
She said I should say goodbye to breathing.
You chose the wrong enemy.
And look, it's not Kafka's fault that a lot of these characters are
Say
weak.
bye to breathing.
You know? Y'all need to grow up and realize Kafka got a job to do. Okay? Oh, okay. That's fine. It's a good team. Press the wrong button there altogether. Is that the, you know what? Oh, wow, okay. Watchmaker's Illusion. Is that the button for Genshin, the square button for unlocking stuff? And that's why I keep pressing it? Possibly? Oh my god, again? He's being followed everywhere.
Why aren't you talking? You've piqued my interest. I'll admit that there are still aspects of you that I don't completely understand.
Oh, same. Absolutely same.
Well, you sound sincere this time, at least. Well, sincerity is one of my traits that everybody likes. And I have precious few of those. Moving on. See that maze over there? I'll know everything about you before you reach the exit.
What are you talking about? How? How?
Our quaint journey through this amusement park still isn't over. And I wouldn't mind stretching this out at all.
So you say he's gonna know more, he's gonna know everything about him by the end of this maze that's coming up. I keep pressing the wrong button. It must be the Genshin button. I've been playing, like, you know, Nod Karai lately, so it must be the Genshin button. Okay. So starting with this, activate, rotate to here, activate, rotate again, activate. That's perfect. And then activate. Is that perfect? Oh no, we have to activate this as well. Yeah. I was like, is that gonna work? No, we just have to activate it.
Whoa. This place. It's so tall. Even taller than the tallest rocks in the desert.
Again, this is a representation of Aventurine as a child. So obviously, like what a contrast is this world of decadence and dreams to the world of a child who grew up in the desert, you know?
And there are so many flowers here. Vixis, this one's for you.
Give me a flower for his sister. I feel like he's always looked out for his sister. So at the end of this maze, he said, by the way, this is like... At the end of this, he's going to know everything about Aventurine.
A dead end? Oh, is this the wrong way?
Oh, the shackles.
Is this?
And the way, again, the way it like stops him, it shakes him. Stop.
Oh, what's on your mind? It's got nothing to do with you.
He's thinking about, obviously, when he was bought as a slave.
Do you need a hand? These are manacles on you. That man gave you your first job. You made your first pot of gold. I remember it all too well.
Yeah, but he was sold into slavery.
You wrapped that iron chain around your fist, for that is the only tool you could find. Then, in that maze, you... Shut up!
Is that where he killed the slave owner?
Oh, you don't wish to face your past. Unwilling to admit that your life is worth...
It's not. It's worth more than that. It's worth way more than that. To those crazy dirt people, like those dirt individuals who are only worth dirt. Yeah, that's what it's worth. But it's not only worth that.
What I see, you refuse to confront it, because it only proves your weakness. How could a weak person take such daring risks?
Interesting response here from Aventurine.
That's right. You love the thrill of danger. But you refuse to let go of meaningless sentiments. Even in this beautiful dream, the only thing you dare allow yourself is death.
Oh my god, all these covered, like, I feel like we could talk about these forever, but like him saying, like, you know, Aventurine saying, like, you know, if I was if I was a weak person, would I take such risks? If I was so weak, why would I take these risks? And it's a situation where, like, he, like, gambles with his life so often, and he wants to, like, maybe in a way prove how strong he really is. But in here, like, the response here is, you refuse to let go of meaningless sentiments. that's probably talking back to how he like tried to get his sister's necklace back and how he tried to get he saved his father's shirt. But even in the dream, even in a place of escape and where you can have anything you want, the only thing he's actually allowed himself to have like as for his is like a ticking clock to his own death.
In your hands, those who follow you could have become Joker cards. They're far more useful that way. It's not like this is the only place the family ever cut corners. You could have had tons of action if you weren't so all or nothing. All it takes is a meager sacrifice. I bet Opal would have resolved this without a...
Once again, I will say, in terms of audio, it is very difficult to hear the muffled and, echoey tone. I wish they would have just had, like, the regular voice. But he's saying that, like, the people who follow him could be good Joker cards. He's saying that, like, Opal wouldn't be able to do this without any problems. And you could have been able to, you could have done this without having to been all or nothing. But because Aventurine is a gambler, he went in all or nothing.
Pity you're not him. Well, you wouldn't be in this state if you could just get with the program. And why couldn't you? Out of professional integrity. Those techniques you mentioned are highly effective.
Cheats.
But it's not that I don't know about them. It's more like I couldn't care less. Get it? What fun is it if the fight isn't fair?
Again, he likes the thrill of the negotiation, the idea of winning, right? The idea of, clearly putting his life on the line is something that he maybe not enjoys doing, but he feels like he has to do to chase something.
Fair. You assume your opponents would fight fair in the first place. The odds are obviously not in your favor, so how are you just breezing by? But did that masked fool's words awaken something in you?
What about being a mute?
Well, she gave me an answer that could turn everything upside down. Everything? You mean it could make all the cards on the table just disappear?
And he's gone again. Oh, as he says, disappear as well. That's such an interesting conversation because there's a lot that's like going on like within just those words there. But it does feel like it is like a the idea behind this is like he's saying to you like, there's other ways you could have done this, but you went all in instead. Which is like obviously like that's what Aventurine like decided he wanted to do and has always done. But from his perception, he said, well, if I did that, then the fight wouldn't have been fair. But then his other stuff is saying like most people don't fight fair in this world. And from Aventurine, he likes the idea of winning, I guess, if there actually is a challenge to it.
That's cheating.
That's cheating. You know what I mean? Like he likes the idea of
could be brought back. Would they bloom into new flowers?
amongst the rock, one cannot stop or think. Amongst the rock? Is that like saying that in the harsh climates you don't get a chance to like stop and think? But yeah, like it's Adventurine's always like just constant, just this interesting character. I truly wonder if it is a situation where, like you said, like, oh, the idea of fighting fair, if like, I don't know if it's a thrill or if it's just like it gives his life a little bit of a purpose moving forward, the idea that he can fool so many people, and including himself. I don't know. There's more stuff here again.
Your expression right now
Oh, the Aventurine is a baby as well.
The lucky charm Mama left you is made from gold. Why did you never consider...
Again, there's the idea of holding on to those sentimental stuff, right? He has this perception of like not caring and, you know, mostly caring about like, or like even like gambling away his own life, but still he holds on to all these sentimentalities.
You obviously could have lived a normal life like Big Sis that way. Looking back, that was the better
It's an interesting question, right? Seemingly so an interesting question.
Mama only left us with 2 pieces of jewelry. A necklace and a lucky charm. There won't ever be a 3rd piece. That's what you always say, but you actually regret it, don't you? That you didn't sell them.
you think that's how he feels?
You can zip it if there's nothing to talk about.
I think there's always gonna be some idea of regret, right? The idea of like, I know like this isn't like exactly how he feels, but like, you know, I could have lived a normal life. Maybe me and my sister could still be together. Maybe we could still be like, she could still be here, you know, if I sold that, right? But obviously he is more of a sentimental person that he lets on.
I know. You must remember what Big Sis told you. You are a child blessed by Gaiathra Triclops and can lead the clan to happiness. So always remember to protect yourself and never resent the pain and poverty you're going through.
Oh my god, I despise it so much. We talked about this last time, but at great lengths. We don't have to talk about it all here, but I despise the idea of like, it's meant to happen. This pain is supposed to happen. You have to not resent it. No, you survive despite all the suffering, not because of suffering that happens. You become better despite the suffering you've had.
The words still ring in your ears, don't they? You're a good kid, so you definitely won't have forgotten. So, you surely won't forget how tragic her last moments of life were. How the piercing laughter behind you felt like it was drilling.
Jesus Christ, man.
You ran away without looking back, just as she told you to.
That is so heartbreaking. How do you not have like a survivor's guilt for your whole life being the last of your kind? You know? How do you not? Would you ever just shut the F up as well? Like, do you leave him alone, like, at this stage? Like, the stuff that he's going through.
Enough! Do you not have anything
like,
better to
the
talk
life
about?
that Adventuring is led, right? Let's just be honest, like, the harsh climates, the extinctions, the suffering with his sister, the slavery, the constant belittlement, like, all the stuff that he has gone through is, like, it's horrible.
Oh, shut me down like a champ! Well, I guess when it comes to mind games, this isn't exactly your first rodeo. I think I finally get you. Woo! You are...
I understand it's like somewhat like a representation of himself somehow, but like it still makes me want to just tell him to shut up.
In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the grandest death. Well, you stuck to that start to finish. Think about it. There's a Stellaron in play, the fabulous Robin loses her voice, 2 unsolved murders, cryptic messages from a masked fool, and a chance to go head-to-head with Sunday himself. The only thing to pique your interest is one word. The last word. A word that's right there at your fingertips.
They need to do something about the audio design in this. They need to, like, I was just coughed up a storm. So there's all this like stuff he's saying. It's like almost like a game within itself. Like the idea of like all these mysteries. This idea of going out head to head this Sunday, but there's only one thing that piques his interest. The last word. Death.
But who
is the word that piqued his interest.
We'll know when the dice.
So someone's death or the idea of death piqued his interest the most.
All right then. Reserve a seat for me in the audience. I'm curious to see just how capable you are. Still, you never answered my question.
Which is what?
If you could start over, would you still want to be the child who received Gaiathra's
That's again another very like tough question, right? This is something that has been based on his whole life, but it's also something that has put so much pressure on him. This is
so quiet this time. Is he finally gone? Or am I the one about to disappear?
Oh god, don't say that. Feet deep in the sand. Whilst it is, like as you said, whilst it is 100% a thing where it's like Adventuring loves the idea of like a gamble, you know, or at least like he lives for the idea of a gamble. But what the spirit or whatever the hologram was saying is that even though like all this stuff is so interesting to you, the idea of a gamble, the idea of the mystery, all these different things, all these different factors going head to head with Sunday, it's also intriguing. The thing that intrigued you the most was the idea of death. And Adventure even confirms, like, it's like, yeah, we'll see whose death we're talking about, right? And it could just be the death of Penacony. You know, it could be. Dead Mountain Mouth of the cautious teeth.
Seat at the table. Finally, made it out of this place.
We're going home? But I don't want to
Oh,
go
that's
back yet.
again, the word heartbreaking will come up 1,000 times now. Oh my god, look at this puzzle. It's a bit crazy, right? This is a nuts puzzle. And we're just activating stuff? Okay, there's another side too, I guess, but to me, an absolutely crazy thing to do here as well.
It's so fun here. I want to stay here forever.
I bet you do. I bet you do, buddy. The red southern face is sneer and snarl, but the dry stare of thunder without the rain. All these different messaging as well? Whereabouts did this go here? Oh, there? Okay. And then just one more here as well. These are always fun to do as well.
Surprising win.
This has been like legitimately hard to get through. It has been. It feels like almost like a very claustrophobic way of doing this as well. Like it feels very like closed in and like it feels very difficult to get through this. If there were water and no rock. If there were rock. What? But no water. But there's water and no rock and rock with no water. Are they talking about erosion here? Wait, what? We're doing a morphing game? Okay. There's everything in this little bitty game.
Brother Hanu, where are you going?
There's only one place he can be going. Whether it's in the past, present, or...
We can hide? Oh, okay. So we have to wait for this guy to turn around again. Maybe that's good. Even the voices are so like 50s noir and stuff, I guess. Is this all we have to do? Just to transfer over here?
Mister, is that you?
Oh my
I hear
god.
the sound of leather shoes.
Those fancy shoes. Being able to hear from a distance as well. Find the scattered jigsaw pieces. Here? Like, how do we get that? Wait, how do we get that? Kafka? Wait, do we have to play as him to get all those jigsaw pieces? Is that it? Or we can just collect them like this, though. Wait, what? Are they supposed to be scattered like this? Am I wrong? No, we have to definitely try. We have to definitely change over. For sure. If we want those jigsaw pieces. Hey, don't mind me. Hanu's made mistakes this type correct. So Hanu obviously like the leader of this like rebellion, I guess, as well. The real life equivalent friend of or I guess former friend of Mikhail. Oh, lovely with this as well. This could be good for us, the Hanu launcher. What's this though here? We already activated. I guess we can see where this leads, but oh, the chest. Because I was wondering how we're gonna get that down. But no, Did I collect everything with the chest? I think it automatically collects everything with the chest. Okay, perfect. Okay, then we got all the scattered items. We got everything done there as well. Okay, so we have a stone path. There, okay. We have parts of the chest. We have other parts of the chest. We have a bottom part of the chest. We have another part of the stone area here like this. We have this here. Here? On this side? Yeah. Then we have this here. Then we have this here. Then we have this up here. And then this here. Perfect. And we got a chest out of it as well.
Fortune follows luck, just like it always does.
Oh, we're in another area like this. This time it's like a cityscape. No, they are really, really cool. The like movie set locations. It is really me. What you think of this thing over here? Oh, it's Hanu and all his men. Very, very fun.
I don't know why, mister, but you always give me a special feeling that makes me more curious.
Oh, for real? Well, we are the same person.
It's sad that I can't get to know you more. We have to say
Oh,
goodbye.
now?
Did you have fun?
I don't know if it was fun for us, but like, it's been an experience. I guess that's the one way to put it. It's been an experience.
You're going back?
Yes, I should go home. The day's getting dark, and it's going to rain. I don't want to worry the others.
Oh. There's something so heartbreaking about... I'm getting emotional already. Like, the idea of, like, Aventurine saying goodbye to his younger self, you know, once again.
You're home.
Like, why am I...
Where
I'm
is it?
tearing up. Like, and to me, I guess it's just like in my head, I'm thinking of as like, you know, he never got a proper chance at a childhood at all, right? And he had to say goodbye in a way to like, to at least in the public-facing view of his true self as he's a kid. And now once again, he's saying goodbye to himself as a kid.
What a strange question. It's where Papa, Mama, and Big Sis are. In this dream.
They're in this dream? What are you talking? Oh, his face. I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die.
This amusement park. This beautiful dream. They really are peaceful. Everyone loves it.
Oh.
But, mister, why don't you like it?
Because they're not here.
They're not here. They're not actually here.
Where are they then? I don't know. You do know. But there's no...
Is he talking about his family? Then they're gone, right? But he doesn't know. I do not like seeing Aventurine like this, but I always, it's also that fine line of like he's allowed to feel this way, right? And I want him to feel his emotions, but it's so hard to even see him like this.
Admit it. You're tired.
Oh.
We are. Which is why we chose to stay here. Me and them.
Oh my god.
Your past and future.
Yeah. That one line, you're tired. Everything that this character has gone through, all this, like, and And the way, like, even his future self said it to him, right? It's like you never even allow yourself to have anything. Like, even now, the only thing you've allowed you to have is, like, death. That's the only thing you've allowed yourself to have. He's grown up with no luxuries, nothing that is ever truly his.
How long will you stay?
Oh.
Forever. We'll be with you forever in this journey. This is the greatest honor that we can offer to those who hurtle towards death.
And those who hurdle those that would be adventuring. Oh God.
The road less traveled is less traveled for a reason. But you've never gone in any other direction. Your own life is the choice you're most eager to lay down. Always has been.
Ever since he was even a kid. This music is heartbreaking as well. So somber.
You don't care who the real murderer is, and the watchmaker's so-called legacy couldn't be more boring. What you want, what you need, is to be the smooth operator, the solid gold deal maker who doesn't waste a drop of sweat, even when he's up to his neck in danger, deep inside family territory. You want to be polished up, cuffed with red-hot chains, and spotlit center stage.
Please don't say this. Don't say this. Wait.
I can do it.
No.
And it will be.
Is he literally saying that, like, to unveil this stuff of Penacony, that his own death is the thing that's gonna do it? Is that what he's saying here? He wants to be center stage. He doesn't care about all this watchmaker legacy bullcrap or all this, you know, the murderer. Not that it's bullcrap, I'm saying from Venturi's perspective.
Of course you can. Your luck will help you at the right time. Stellaron and an emanator.
So is that talking about Acheron and Stell? Is he literally saying that, like, this death will lead to the IPC getting a foothold inside of Penacony, a seat at the table, and the freedom that he will have forever is being free of all this? Is that what he's... I can't deal with that.
This isn't the first time. You've been an escape artist from day one. This fiasco started with a death, and curtains will fall on another death.
He's doing this center stage. He wants everyone to see this. He wants to... Like, the idea that anyone can see that is, like, their freedom, right? Their freedom from all, like, this whole... His whole journey, Aventurine, has been constant gambling of his own life, never truly having, like, a luxury or a time to sit down for himself, or even, like, something for himself, right? He's lost his family, he's lost his sister, his parents. He's lost his people. He was sold into slavery. He's been, since, even on the radio, everywhere, there's prejudice against him and racism against him that is so absolutely abhorrent. It makes me sick. It really does make me sick. there's never a chance for Aventurine to just freaking like feel like free. They've been trapped, whether it be in literal shackles or a self-made prison or a prison made by other people since they were born. Their whole life has been based off of like, it's so interesting that like we talk about the idea that your situation in life, and this is just true, is based on luck a lot of times. Where you grow up can change your life entirely, what family you're born into, all this stuff. Adventurine's whole life has been about being a lucky person. He's been told he was lucky, but his starting point to where he was as an Avgin on Signonia was one of the unluckiest things that could ever happen to someone.
Oh, so that's why Diamond chose you.
So Diamond knew about this?
He's just after Panaconi. No matter the means, no matter the price.
Yeah.
It's
And he
not
knows
personal.
that he could get this done, I guess.
It's hard.
Please don't say. Please just cut the scene. I can't.
Well, don't get soft on me now. What, did you suddenly grow a conscience? Hey, I was born from yourself. I'm well aware that climbing out of the hole you've dug is basically impossible.
It's like aware of all the different intricacies inside their head, right? Inside his head. Honestly.
I can't stop you from doing what you want. We can't change where you want to go. Well, what's done can't be undone. All we can do is play the cards we're dealt and rake in as much time as
Please.
possible.
Please.
Yes. Alas, people won't make all the right choices in their lifetime. Though luck always seems like it's on your side.
Because that's what it sounds like. He's like about to make a big sacrifice of himself here, like all planned sacrifice in order for the IPC to get a foothold in here somehow, and doing it publicly as well is why he's planning to bring the veil down. And the idea of when they said he was obsessed with the idea of death, the death he was obsessed with this whole time was his own death, his own freedom.
You will keep winning, having never lost before, but why you? Why must it be
It's a good question. Why does it have to be you?
If all your luck is built on the pain of someone you love, on the loss of dozens more, if these windfalls, these jackpots, aren't a gift from Gaiathra, if all they are is a long string of meaningless deaths, then what did we do to deserve living in a world like that?
This freaking game. What did Aventurine do to deserve all this? What did he do? And it's like asking the question, why does it have to be you? Why do you have to make the sacrifice? If all this luck that you have is just a string of deaths, whether it be your family or the people that you saw along the way, and then your own death, like, why does it have to be you? Why you? Like, he doesn't deserve any of this. Like,
Maybe when I get to where I'm going and look back, I'll know what the trip was all about.
oh my god. I am dying.
Time to make a move, my friend. I'll be waiting up ahead.
Oh. I'll be waiting in the future, basically. I'll be waiting for you when this is all over. This line here, by the way, there's a few lines here, like the idea of like, why must it be you? luck is all your side, but why is it must be you? And then also said all this death that's happened, all this stuff of you being lucky, like it built on your luck, all this love, all this loss that you've had, the pain that you've had. You know, what did we do to even deserve that then? How is that lucky?
Say goodbye to the kid before you shuffle off.
Oh Jesus freaking Christ! This game is literally attempted to kill me, guys. I'm so sorry that I haven't been as maybe as eloquent in the past few minutes. I am not doing good.
It's best to die without
Oh,
regrets.
stop!
And now, only we are left.
Kakavasha.
Can you take a photo for me?
What?
I want a memento.
What? What is this freaking game, man?
Sure. Come on.
How on earth did they expect me to get through this at all? How? No. Look. I'm gonna need hours to recover from this. Oh. This isn't fair at all.
How nice. Now I can see what I look like too.
Just like a small luxury, right? Just being able to take a picture of yourself at this fair, this movie lot. It's something that Adventurine's never freaking had. Something for himself.
Look at the lens when you're taking a photo the next time. Your expression will look more natural.
There's something, I don't care. There's something so heartbreaking about Adventurine giving like a little bit of advice to his younger self. But it's also like, to be like one of the few people that actually treated Adventurine like a kid is Adventurine. This kid who was told from a young age, you're going to be lucky, you're going to be the savior of all these places, you're the thing, you're a ticket out of here. Just taking a picture for him in this fun little frame.
Sure, I will. Then, mister, are you going back too?
I want to leave this earth.
I can't leave yet. I still have a show to do.
I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
Oh, you're about to go on stage, aren't you? Let's go then. I'll take you to the stage.
Oh my god, guys. Our younger self taking us to the stage.
So you're an actor. No wonder your clothes are so stylish.
Get on stage.
I'm actually a merchant. But I do have a show to do.
Are you the same as those men in black in the sky? But you're not wearing black.
Only ordinary employees have to wear that. My position is much higher than theirs.
Getting to like just talk to this kid like this.
I hope I can become as good looking as you when I grow up.
Of course you can. You'll be better and stronger than me.
Stop. I have to play Sonic after this, by the way. Get on stage, fear not, and never look back. I know we're about to head into a big moment, guys, so forgive me if I'm going to end the episode here, and we're going to head back in the next one. We've been going for 3 hours as well, and I'm devastated right now, and I am... I legitimately don't think I could handle, you know, whatever, and I want to make sure I have enough time for whatever's coming next. It seems like we're heading into, like, what will be probably the end of Act 2, it seems. My face is stained with tears right now. The way Adventurine is talking to this kid, by the way, is like 100% like how nobody ever talked to him as a kid. The idea here that, like, you know, when he's talking to this kid, he talks to him just like a kid, like, oh, when you grow up you get to do this, so like, you know, this is what I am, oh, I'm this thing, you know, this, you know, explaining stuff to them, like talking to them like their actual kid. From a young age, that kid was told, and Adventurine was told, you are so lucky, you are the secret to all of this, you are going to be the person that saves us all, you are so lucky. And I don't care what anyone says. Yes, he has gotten out of situations by the skin of his teeth. Yes, he's been he's chased that thrill of gambling his own life away. But it now seems like he did that because that to him would be freedom if he lost the gamble. And that's so heartbreaking to even think about. At least then he would lose the gamble. He would gain freedom in losing the gamble there. He his life was not lucky at all. He was born into a situation that had a lack of luck. There was no luck involved in that whatsoever. And this whole journey that he's been on here now with his future self and his past self, seems like to me like a journey of like strange acceptance, but also I think that seeing himself as a kid and also seeing himself as an adult, I think, or in the future, I think his future self was trying to like get true to him this idea that like, yeah, like you gamble your life away. Yeah, you see this as freedom, but why does it have to be you? Why you never have anything for yourself? You keep all these sentimental stuff, but nothing is truly for yourself. You do all these dealings and these plans and this gambling and all this stuff, but nothing truly benefits yourself in the end. You don't have anything that's for you. My eyes are gonna be sore, man. After all this, do you have anything that's just for you? Which is something in life that is so important, is to have something that is for you. And like, now he's about to take center stage for Diamond, or at least like that's the deal with Diamond, and his life is about to end. And in a way that's going to help Penacony, or IPC, gain a foothold in Penacony and get a seat at the table. And in the process, he's going to gain what he has wanted for so long, which is to be free from the shackles, whether it be him pretending to be something he's not, always having to do stuff for other people, or having the memory of all the stuff in the past as well that has followed him. What the future self said to him was so important to me, which is like this idea that like there's you've been so lucky, but like what is this luck if it's based on, I'm just going to press pause here for a second so we can just pause here, but like, what is this luck if it's based off a string of debts, like all these debts along the way? And in the end, like, why does all this have to be you? Why does it have to be you that does this? And it's like strangely coming to terms with this idea as well, and that just breaks my heart as well. It really breaks my heart as well. That's what this feel like this whole journey through the movie lot was. Yeah, we realized like a lot of stuff about like what his plan was and stuff because as well, but it really was this exploration of his past through the lens, while following alongside his future self and his past self. This idea of them living in the dream together and being there for him when he gets there, his family possibly being there. He never cared about the investigation. He never cared about all this stuff here. Like it's like the Penacony getting, like all he cared about was like the idea of like his own death. That's what intrigued him this whole time. The idea of death here on Penacony, because he relates that to the shackles finally coming off. Guys, I'm gonna take 2 seconds. I'll be back and we'll talk about some other stuff here. I don't think it's gonna be a long discussion, honestly. But I'll see you in 2 seconds, and I'll be back. It's the defeated Calvin back again. So yeah, as I was saying, that's what I got the perception of like what this whole thing was. It felt like it was a exploration of like, you know, the journey that adventuring has been on, and an exploration of his personality and how he thinks and what he would think in these moments. We got to learn about how his plan worked when it came to the stuff with Dr. Ratio, even like when he basically like got Dr. Ratio to go and give up the ghost, so that would help him get closer to Sunday, and then he was able to figure out that there was like something from the inside here, a betrayal from the inside, and in the process he destroyed his own stone, made it into like a little bauble, and so he was able to keep part of his adventuring stone while giving up Jade's stone and giving up Topaz's stone, so that even to the untrained eye, and it's not even like just Sunday, like it's like, oh, I think anyone would think like, oh yeah, that's just like an adventurine, because again, I don't know stones that well, and even if I didn't even think to look it up either, you know what I mean? I didn't even think to be like, what's the difference, you know, because I know what a jade cutter looks like, and now when you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense, but it's one of those things at a glancing shot, you're not going to think about it, especially when you're under such stress like Sunday was, but that was all a plan in order to keep his stone and find out more about what was happening to the family. But as we've seen throughout this whole time here, we've learned more about the idea of like how he joined the IPC. You know, the craving for, you know, as his future self said, to be in that center spotlight, to make that big impact, to make that big deal, to be the person that's able to do that. To me, it relates also to the idea of like the fact that he grew up with his spotlight. He was born with a spotlight on him, but it's just not the spotlight that any kid should have on them. That idea of like having that pressure on you, that you have to be so lucky, you have to be the person that saves all of us. That's what was like placed upon him, which isn't fair that it was placed upon him, but it was placed upon him. It's not fair at all. I want to make that clear. It's not fair, but like it was placed upon him. Such a dark thing to think about for me as well, because like when I think about it, all I think about is like the idea of like what you call it, you know, the pressures that this would put on someone to feel like they are lucky and all this. But he had the opposite of luck. His whole life he had the opposite of luck. We saw, you know, the idea of his shackles, like when he was like a prisoner, and like there was like this idea, I feel like, where it's like not him saying this is what you're worth, but this is what he's been told he's been worth his whole life, right? This is what his life. Even now people are still like prejudiced against people of Signonia. Still, there's still prejudice against him. Even in the reports they're talking about, like, you know, it's like, oh, it's an Avgin, like still prejudice against him. It's awful. It's absolutely awful. And then, like, you know, also like when we're going to the maze as well, we found out like at that time too that he wasn't. He doesn't care about like Rob, and not that he doesn't care about someone dying. Obviously, it's awful, but it's like he didn't come here for this like what would seem people would eventually would come for, like, you know, eventually coming for like, oh, this mystery and these deals he could make and all these factions and all these like really interesting stuff he could do, right? In the end, what he wanted, what he's most interested in is the idea of death, and not only death, but making his death like the most like center stage spectacular thing you've ever seen. When the curtain falls, it will be to him one of the biggest moments that will help expose, I guess, as well, in some way, the Penacony. And he's going to do it, like, as he said, center stage. It's almost like a sacrifice of himself. To destroy the perception of Penacony. Such a hard journey here as well. I think, like, also having, like, his younger self here as well, like, broke my heart, just because the idea of, like, Aventurine being so nice to his younger self, something that he was not afforded. And like, while his family loved him, I want to make that clear, there's also a thing at the same time too where like you could argue that the way that his sisters and his family talked to him was not true love. It's the same thing. It's putting too much pressure on him. It really was. It was awful. They loved him, but like obviously they didn't know that like what they were doing to him at the time with all this. Oh, you're the luckiest person. You were blessed and all this stuff. All these things. And in the end, he said also there's between an Emanator and a Stellaron. Does that mean Stel and Acheron together? Could that possibly be like what is part of his plan too? Or maybe like he has a Stellaron himself as well at the same time too. I don't know. But he plans to do something here center stage, I guess, as well as what they're saying here. It's interesting to see like a confirmation of what his plan was, what he plans to do with all this stuff all together. We don't know fully what's going to happen here, obviously, but like there is like a big sadness to the idea of like, you know, the name even of this quest, like don't look back, and almost like a half pleading thing with his future self to be like, why does it have to be you? Why does it have to be you? Even earlier on when like he picked up, you know, he's talking about the blood-soaked shirt of his dad that he still kept, right? The only things he really truly has for himself are victories and like a blood-soaked t-shirt and a little trinket. But even at that, the trinket that he kept could have saved his sister. But again, he wanted to have something, you know, of those memories as well. Such a devastating run through of Adventurine's life and into Adventurine's head. A character that longs to be free, basically, who's never truly been free and even now isn't free, is now like, and even he said it, I've never changed who I was. It's just the perception of who I was has changed. The way I present myself has changed. But he said himself, I've never truly changed from that place I was. Never truly changed. Devastating stuff, guys. It's absolutely devastating to me. And the fact that he is saying that he has to die now is also just like equally as devastating as all this stuff here about learning about his past, about seeing all the stuff he had done to get here. And even now, what he's about to do as well. All those times he was gambling away with his life, there was a small chance it's like, well, this could be my freedom if I lose. Even, and that's the thing. What the future said to him, you could have done this in so much an easier way. There's other people who would have done this like and way more efficiently, but you chose to do it the most dangerous and like haphazard, like in your face way possible. And again, that's Aventurine. He does stuff like it, like in that way because it is grand, but it also is a dangerous gamble with his own life all the time, every single time. He wanted to gamble on his own life when he was a slave. He wanted to gamble on his own life when he got the trinket back for his sister. He's gambling on his own life. He's consistent. Even that talking to Sunday is a gamble on his own life. Everything is a gamble on his own existence. We had earlier on as well, by the way, we had the conversation. It was a very eye-opening conversation between Acheron and Welt, and I actually think it was like a very good sequence. We had like a lot of understanding that Robin basically knew more than like a lot of people knew already. She was like well aware of what was happening before, like a lot of people did. But the issue is that no, by the way, not only that, but there's like a lot of murders. What Robin found out was that it was someone within the family. There is like this idea of like this meme death that's around here as well, and that it's a cover-up within the family as well. But at the same time too, she had this language where she didn't want to like bother her brother. And in that same time too, like there's like we found out about all the deaths that are happening. There's so many deaths, but they're not. It's hard to relate them all. There's so many suspects that are all come from different families. So with the Iris family, the Alfalfa family, the Bloodhound family, all these families, and still we can't find out exactly who is the one who's done it. But we do know that there is also evidence of people trying to like remove people from the area, so that there isn't people there to protect the area, protect the family. So in that sense, there was someone trying that definitely working against them in order to like, it was like for under the cover of like, we're doing it for the charity festival, but to remove everyone from the space in the family, probably led to like a lot more like of less security at the time as well too. And we also know that there's people within the family who have basically told Sunday, do not investigate this stuff. Do not ruin this for us. Imagine that your sister dies and that's what they say to you. Don't try and you're going to make a bad name for the family. You're going to make us all look bad, buddy. You're going to make us look terrible in this sense. so horrible. And that's probably one of the reasons why he like wanted Aventurine to do this as well. While there was like a lot of like frustration there, I think there's also a thing where it's like, well, I can make someone else do it. Aventurine had a plan. It's a dark plan, but that plan was here all the same. It was a plan that he had ready all the same. And it's very dark for me to think about. It really is. But yeah, like the stuff with Sunday is so interesting. Robin already knew about stuff that was happening, but it seemed like they were like not distant, but they were always working, always frustratingly always working. And probably that's another thing that's probably very frustrating for Sunday as well, is the fact that like up until like the last moments of Robin, it's very clear that they didn't see each other as much as they probably wanted to, because the best moment of Robin's life, right, her own admission, was the shows that she used to put on with her brother, which again is a very like fun thing that you do as a kid, like putting on plays, putting on shows, and that's her favorite memory of all the stuff that she's done here. Yeah, there's absolutely incredible stuff, and I said like incredibly dark stuff. The Aventurine stuff with his family and him seeking freedom, and him like going on this journey with his past self and his future self. His future self kind of being someone who was more of aware of all the stuff that's going on in his head, while his past self was so innocent as well. And even like at one point he said like, can I grow up to be as like handsome as you? And it's like, that's so freaking cute. And eventually answered it a very, very, again, like an adult talking to a child. It's the first time someone's ever talked to that himself as that as well. If I missed some stuff, guys, I'm going to come back as well. I'm just kind of devastated right now. I'm in a very big, devastated state. Hi guys, it's Calvin from the future here, because I feel like I was like very like emotional for the first. I think that I was more emotional than I have been before in Honkai Star Rail at least, and I didn't really like emphasize like two things that I wanted to emphasize that I wanted to talk about here. The first thing I wanted to talk about was the fact that we're talking about more emotions here than we are talking about like lore and story, because there's still some vague stuff like obviously I'll get to know as we're going forward, but I think that the reason why there is a future ratio on the mind, Aventurine and a past Aventurine, was the idea of, to me, it's like now coming to terms with like your life, right? It's like something that like, you can wear all the nice clothes and try to escape all that and try to like never look at that and in a way try to forget about that, but that still follows you. And I feel like it's one of those ways to come to terms with like the stuff that happened to him as a kid, and also where he could be going in his future in terms of after his death. And I feel like that was looking at the shackles, thinking about his sister and his family, looking at him as a kid and how bright-eyed he was and how different he was from where he is now versus where he was then. It was such like a huge moment, I think, of like facing yourself and facing your true self in that moment in a very beautiful way, like a very, very sad but beautiful way. And I say beautiful just because it's like really well written, but I think it's really, really sad. And also I want to emphasize the idea of death as a freedom. And I think it's like all the suffering that he's gone through his life, all the really horrible stuff he's gone through his life. I truly do believe he sees death as like a way out of all of that. He'll no longer have to feel all that pain. He'll no longer have to remember all that. Or, well, you could say he'll still remember it like and wherever in this game they go. But I'm saying that like he truly feels like in life he's never had anything for himself. And even his own self said this. You never really had anything for yourself. And this is the one thing you're going to allow yourself to have, which is like death. That's the one thing that's going to be for you. Even though he has all these sentimentalities, these trinkets and stuff, I guess, it truly feels like even that was just about a memory of like his family. He was trying to cling on to something that maybe could be sentimental for him, but even that, he lost all of his family. He was sold into slavery. Even after he became an IBC member, he's still taking orders and still being treated like less than, like he was put from a slave into the IBC. That's not a promotion. It technically is, it's better than being a slave, obviously, but what I'm saying is like it's more a case of like you can't see it as just like, wow, a gift. Again, it is a exchange for your life for a job. You know what I mean? You're no longer slave, but you have to work here and you're gonna work here and make me money. It still is, once again being sold from one place into another place where you're still kind of like taking orders. You just don't have the the shackles on you, literal shackles on you, even though he feels probably in his whole life he's had those shackles on him his whole life. He always has the reminder of what happened before with that brand on his neck. He'll always have people discriminating against him, and I think he does see death as like a freedom. It's horrible, but I that's the way I see it. It is a very beautiful story, but it's also very dark, and obviously I have to go and record some other stuff as well, and I don't think right now, I'm just saying this right now I would not be able to give whatever is coming next, I feel like, the attention that it deserves, because I am exhausted. I'm going to need to like take a break and do some other stuff as well like that. I would not be able to give it the attention it deserves. I would not. Just the way we do things, where like I'm a big yapper, I know that, but I just would not be able to give it the attention it deserves. Thank you so much for watching this episode, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I could come back as well if we want to talk about extra stuff. There's some details I missed because again, my brain is kind of foggy because of course like we just went through like a very big emotional time here. The end of is like, you know, this is a character who was put up a front and has never truly been himself, never had anything for himself, never really got to be a child, never got to truly be an adult even. He feels like he's never truly been free. And now this seems like an idea that he would like have freedom. Thank you so much to Typhar2, Jamie Bull, Jonathan Banana, The Ghosty Inazuma, Felicitas Felix, Ewald Radish, and Noosta, Death Trap, Links Marky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, Hike Asperi, and Jared B. And I'm at the highest here on my YouTube, Roller Gamer 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.